All right. Do you want me to start, Tim, or do you want to?
Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Welcome,
Maybe
everyone. What?
Have a second for
How dare you.
ads.
How dare you?
But
I can see that we're on, or I guess for other people. Yeah. Give a second. No,
you still
I'm
say
going to
hello.
jump. Yeah. I am going to jump in. First things first, I'm going to do is I'm going to shout out the legend that is John Caulfield, who is
please
the behind the scenes master who has kept this whole thing running for almost 24 hours. John, you rule. You're a saint.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
10 years in a row, this guy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, attaboy, John. Attaboy.
As we've said many times, we would, if he just like got sick or moved to a desert island or whatever, we probably wouldn't do it again because he does literally all the work. And then we vaguely give him everything, like 60% of what he needs. And then here we are. So all of this is possible due to John. So thank you again.
Yes. And thank you all of you joining us in the chat. Thank you everyone who has donated. There is currently a 2 times donation. Someone is matching donations. So let's keep it going. And I want to thank my players here who have come. I'm going to go around and randomly pick someone. That is KP. Can you introduce yourself, please?
Hello. My name is KP. I go by KB11 Studios on all the socials. I'm a photographer, and I'll be playing the character Aranya the Druid today.
Wonderful. Let's see who's next. Jordan.
Hi, everybody. I am Jordan Lambert. I am a blogger and a GM. I play games at Althaven, and it's Wizard Corps Presents. And if you like to hear people rant about pop culture, I do that too. It Smells Like Teen Angst.
Great.
Oh, and I'll be playing Symphony St. Clair, sorcerer.
Great. That is CB.
Hey, everybody. My name is Omega Jones, also known as Critical Part across all social media channels, except for Tumblr. We don't go back to that cursed hellscape. I'm a professional actor and vocalist from the Midwest, turned tabletop designer, game master, host, moderator, Twitch partner, jack of all trades, master of like 3 of them is what I say. And I am playing Sir Benedict de Costa, who is an individual that we will be meeting soon. He, they pronouns for him. Him pronouns for them. He, they pronouns for myself. That's me.
Wonderful. V.
Hi, everyone. It's so great to be here. Thanks for having me. I am playing the Creeping Flocks of Summer. They are a monk, and you can just call them Flocks for short because that's too much tuna in that name. So, I am on the internet. I actually just wrapped up a 10-year run on my podcast, Cthulhu and Friends. So if you want to find out more, follow me on social medias that are not X. We're at Typical Veronica. And my pronouns are she, they. Is that everything? Pat, did I check off all of the boxes?
You did great. If I were grading, Tim hasn't gone, but if I were grading all the players on the curve, V, yeah.
Yes.
I'm not gonna do good.
And Tim, don't fuck it up. Don't fuck up the end.
Hi, you saw me earlier. Thanks, guys. What's up? No, hey, Tim, at Tim Lanning on Twitter. I co-owner of this beautiful website and longtime actual play podcaster, legally the longest Dungeons and Dragons podcast. We have at D&D podcast on Twitter, and we've been doing it for I think 12 years now. It's been a whole lot of 11 years. I don't know what years, something like that. I am playing Theodore the Triumphant, and I'm excited to finally get to play canon content of the Black Ballad. Because Pat is so smart and beautiful, and I love him.
Oh my gosh!
You should all buy the Black Ballad.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so thank you, Tim, for that shout out and those lovely words. So yes, today we are a lot of you, are in this community and you're very aware of what the Black Ballad is. I've done other promotional streams during the production phase of it here on this channel and other channels, and I kind of don't shut up about it half the time, but it's here. It exists in the world. We had our first shipment. All of the backer kit crowdfunding orders were fulfilled. Everyone got their books and their loot boxes. and it's wonderful. And now we have this product to sell. Then you can go buy them. There's still plenty of, we still have a whole other chunk of copies to sell at cons. I'm going to be at Origins later this summer and Gen Con, and come check it out. This is if you're not familiar, this is the campaign you play after a TPK. That's right. With that, we are going to jump in. So I'm going to kind of read a little bit. I'm going to set the scene here. Rolling plains of golden wheat and gray grass stretch to a darkened horizon in every direction. The lone feature in the sky is a single, massive, purple vortex of clouds stretching over the entirety of the land. Amid the flecks of ash perpetually drifting down, several large droplets of silvery gold dew begin to fall, with veins of gold light pulsing through them as they grow larger and larger until they strike the ground with a splash, not a splash of water, but rather a splash of light. Where each one lands, a figure now remains. And I would like Jordan to please describe one of these figures who is now laying in this field, this ash cover field of golden wheat and gray grass.
You see a brown-skinned female high elf, about 5'7". Long hair, very much just your typical high fantasy, wealthy fae.
Okay. And so she has landed. And does she sit up? She laid, kind of just stay laying on the ground.
She stays laying on the ground, but does kind of move her head around to see where she is and maybe get a bearing on surroundings.
Yeah, again, and you see stretching in every direction this sort of waist high, 3 to 4 foot high, tall grass, tall wheat. You see this sky with no celestial bodies, no sun, no moon, no stars, just this vortex of clouds. And you see a darkened horizon in every direction. And as you sit up and look around, you see other figures laying in the ground near you. KP, can you please describe who else she sees?
So you see what appears to be once an elf. They, at least the silhouette appears to be that of an elf. But then as they shift, you notice that instead of clothes, one part of him is overrun with what looks like bark and nature, almost as if though nature had kind of taken over a part of him, while the other half almost looks like it's not necessarily decaying, but almost like burnt bark, like as if though it was on fire at one point. You can see lichen and like mushrooms and things that are meant to help decay any forest fauna that is dying, almost like if it's like a cycle of death and life. But it looks like almost as if though the decay side is more encroaching onto the side that is, supposed to represent life. He seems a little stiff, confused as to where he's at, looking around, and then he sees, who is it that he sees?
He sees, so he sees Symphony looking back at him.
Mm-hmm.
And you also see Tim.
You also see that. Thank you so much, Simon DeMeo, for giving out 10 community sub gifts. All the subs we get during this charity stream, we kind of try to lump up and throw afterwards. So thank you so much for that, Simon. You see a human man, reddish hair, athletic build, just like sit up from the waist and just kind of look around all confused. He's covered in remnant, like he has a kind of beautiful breastplate and a doublet coming out with, I think the word's brocade, I don't know. And he has a black eye, and he has like remnants of tar and feather all over him. And he looks quite confused about all of this. And then when he sees the other people here, he kind of like gives a slight smirky smile, and then just kind of waves like, hello.
And as he says hello, V, you sit up.
Hello. And you see an olderish tabaxi, but very rainbowish hair, flowing mane, very lioness type of person that we've got here, but with a mane. And they pat their tummy like, oh, even in the afterlife, I'm so hungry.
Yeah, and finally, with a little bit of metallic clinking and clanking, we see a fifth individual sit up or raise up from the grass.
Kind of a yes and first, because it initially definitely not. They are just sprawled out on this ground, and you see an individual who's completely head to toe covered in armor. And at first, it seems like it could be like, maybe some kind of ornate plate with pauldrons and gauntlets and all that. But it's so compact and so tight, it almost seems to be custom fit to this person's form. But there's almost a futuristic edge to it. Not futuristic in the sense where it's like cybernetic, but like the make doesn't feel as medieval as it probably should. The only thing you see at first is nothingness within their helmeted face before suddenly two almost like flame-like bursts form, and you see eyes appear. Eyes within eyes of dark cobalt blue. Just kind of darting up and looking around as their body planks up. And you see they're just kind of now scanning and trying to understand exactly where they are at this moment. You see those eyes still kind of burning, getting slightly more intense as they scan and see individuals, perhaps a sign of recognition or a sign of not being the only ones out here. But they are silent for now.
Okay. And all any of you see is each other and this endless field stretching in every direction, and endless, and where it ends in a wall of darkness on the horizon with occasional flashes of lightning. That's it. That's all you see at the moment. Each other, this field, dark wall on the horizon with flashes of lightning.
I think Aranya, he looks around and remember he hears someone mentioning the afterlife, and he said, Did you say that we're in the afterlife?
Oh, yes, we have to be. And as you look over and
Wait,
see
what?
the creeping flocks of summer, they are just ass over tea kettle here in a full-on stretch. It's very important that even in the afterlife, you take care of your muscles. Here, join me in a group session of stretching.
How are you so calm about this? This is clearly a mistake. I don't know. Maybe we were abducted into some sort of wizard's game.
That should be fun. I enjoy a good game.
Okay, positive.
Symphony stands up really slowly and grabs the back of their head and kind of to herself is like, I must have fallen a lot harder than I thought. Am I concussed? Is this what a concussion feels like?
You see Benedict kind of snaps his head over towards Symphony at the moment. I doubt you are concussed. If we are truly dead again, then there must be something else going on.
Oh, God.
And he will fully stand up to the 6'5" that he is.
Jesus.
I'm 6'4", so it's not really much of a difference.
I like in fantasy, you're like, one more inch.
As Sir Benedict stands that full height, Sir Benedict sees a figure approaching through the waist-high wheat and grass. Let me see. It's a humanoid headed in your direction at a deliberate yet relaxed pace. As it draws near, you see clearly this is an animated skeleton wearing a wide brim hat, a long overcoat, and carrying a walking stick of tan, gnarled wood. He kind of looks like this.
I know that guy.
Benedict doesn't. And you see his eyes for a moment, the flames that make up his eyes suddenly flick red for just a moment. And as they kind of cool back into that blue, you see him get his arm situated. You see his shield form in its entirety. He says, "Halt. Do not take a step further."
Oh, friends now.
Okay. Hey. It's all good. It's all good. How are you doing? My name is Johann Marrow, and
hello.
I'm aware. He sees Phlox with their expression. He says, "I'm aware at the irony that I'm a skeleton and my last name's Marrow. I'm painfully aware of that."
I didn't get. Okay.
Yeah. But friend, I'm here to help. In case I'm just gonna go ahead and rip the old bandage off. Y'all's dead. Okay, you're deceased.
I knew it.
You have kicked the proverbial bucket, shuffled off your mortal coil, bought your farm. Just if you need a minute, I can let that sink in. I don't know how any of y'all died. If you're here, you're dead. So however you need to deal with that. Then we can.
This isn't so bad. Okay. All right. I expected worse. My mother said it was going to be a lot worse.
Oh. Okay.
I have been dead. This is something different.
Oh. Okay. So yeah. So I should. That's a great point. Metal person. So like you are in a realm known as the Sunless Crossing. This is not a permanent afterlife. This is a bit of a way stop for many souls. If you're here, it's because fate has determined that your soul is either has no afterlife waiting for it at the current moment, or you're destined for resurrection.
Questions?
Yeah. Yes. Question. Yeah.
So I took a step over with my wife, and I was just wondering, like, maybe where they are. That would be important.
Did y'all like die like same time, like pretty much same time? Like,
I mean, I feel like we did in my heart.
Okay. Were they like devoted to a specific deity or God or faith?
We kind of weren't into that kind of thing.
Oh, okay. I unfortunately can't. I don't know where they might have gone. I'm what's called a shepherd. I sort of collect new souls like yourselves and kind of help get them on their way here in the crossing.
Why'd they pick a scary skeleton to do that?
Oh, they didn't pick. Well, because yeah. So
not to be rude or anything.
No,
but
it's fine. It's fine. This
it
is
was
so
quite
like my
rude,
deal.
actually.
Okay, then
you.
maybe I meant to be rude, but I'm just saying you're very scary to me.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I mean, I don't want to be.
You're welcome.
I try to. Yeah.
Symbols are just another part of the nature that we're occupying. Yeah. So this shouldn't be that scary unless he tries to attack, and then I feel we're more than capable of dealing with him if necessary.
Oh yeah, peace. Definitely peace. I'm here to help. Yeah. But yeah, I'm a skeleton because I was a person and then I lived a mortal life, and then I got into some gambling. I had a problem with the riverboats and the gamblings and whatnot. I liked to roll the dice. Got into some debt with some fiendish individuals and basically sold my soul. I wasn't really using it, so I didn't, it was just like whatever. And then I died, and then they brought me back as like through some necromantic dealings as a reanimated skeleton, and then I was like killed by some adventurers, and for some reason I wound up here, and I got nowhere else to go. I'm not really claimed by any gods, so that's kind of, I'm just like, you want something to do? I'm like, sure. And they're like, you just walk around the fields, and like when you see drops of light fall, go collect them souls and help them get on their way. So yeah.
What happens if you didn't believe in a god? What happens for me? My grove was everything.
Mm.
Is there?
Yeah, I don't. That's a great question. I'm really more of like not really like an existential guide or shepherd, more like a physical shepherd. Like I physically move the physical manifestation of your souls, which you all are, to like another place. So as far as like those bigger questions, I mean, once eventually you'll make it to Nox Valar, huge big old city in the middle of the crossing. You can't see it if you look for it. You have to be like ready. I don't know. This place is weird. You have to be ready to see it before you can see it. And when you do, there's like a whole huge district of like temples to different deities. And I don't know. You can. You might have some time. Let's just say you might have some time to kill and wait until the next thing happens.
Is there a way to find out about our life that we left behind?
Yeah, actually, yeah. That's where I'm. Yep. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna. We got a little walk, but yeah, I'm taking you to a place where you can kind of ask questions to your set, and see visions of your life and whatnot. Yeah,
Fun.
Bennett, go ahead.
That's it.
Bennett is just watching and listening. He just wants to make sure that this person isn't about to lead us astray. So he's just really intently watching his, lack of facial features, but just want to make sure that he's on the up and up.
Yeah. Do you want to make an insight?
I would love to make an insight.
Yeah.
While
Let's
you're
play
rolling,
this game.
We are starting a giveaway for Townscaper Deluxe from Raw Fury. 2 copies are up for grabs. # giveaway if you want to enter. This game is very, very fun. It's also, I've heard a lot of people will use it for TTRPG reasons, because it's like a game, but it's not a game, right? It's like you just kind of like build beautiful little fun towns. So I know folks will sometimes build towns for their campaigns and stuff like that. # giveaway. Thank you, Raw Fury Games.
Woo! Excuse me. I am also, as he's looking, you'll just see his eyes flash or flare just a little bit. You see him kind of like shift a little bit. I'm going to put some guidance on this. Oh, wow. That's dice roll. If I can pick up this thing. Where are you? A 1. Great. 2. 22.
22. Yeah, you don't really detect any subversion or lack of truth in his statements. It seems very just surface level. He's here to sort of guide souls like yourself. That's what there's, because someone had to be out here to give you some kind of, because there's no landmark. You really don't see any landmarks currently. It's just
okay.
So yeah, you see no weapon on him either. It's literally just a little like staff.
Cool. Yeah, his guard is down. You'll see his shield kind of retract back into what is his full arm gauntlet thing.
Okay.
Aranya, you say that you are devoted to a grove, yes?
Oh, sorry. I didn't for a second. What's up?
You are devoted to a grove, yes?
Yes.
Yes, okay. My wife is a hamadryad, so very devoted to a singular tree, although I can't quite remember what and where it is. But I say we should probably go to the same area, because if you and I have been connected, then perhaps she and your grove are connected in some way.
What was it that you said your wife's name was?
Ilana.
Ilana. Cannot say I remember meeting such a person, but that's a possibility. I've been in that grove for so long, and people have come and gone over the years. But if there's a way I can help find a connection for you and find your wife, I'd be happy to do so. I don't know if my grove still exists. And he kind of, as he says so, he kind of starts looking at the decaying part of his body, almost as if though that's a new part to him.
Aww.
Mhm. Yeah. So I mean, so y'all are fans of groves? We can go to a grove. I know a grove.
I love a grove.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. A grove.
I'm not usually a big grove guy, more of a tavern, but I love a grove.
No, it's got like fruits and stuff. You can eat here too. That's great. That's the cool thing. Is like I doesn't really do much for me. I got no tongue, so I can't really taste it.
Is there
I still
any
try it,
rules we should know about going into this whole thing? Can we fly? Can we steal? Is there like, do we get a big house and golden roads and things like that? I was a pretty good guy.
Okay. Yeah, we can do a walk and talk. And
classic walk and talk. Sure.
He's leaning like we can like.
Lead the way, please.
Yeah, let's walk. Motion is.
I'm just gonna start. If y'all want to follow, that's cool. Like, I don't really get like performance reviews for Lost Souls right now. Oh well, so like I can tell you about what it's like to, because some souls end up like staying here for a while, like upwards of like 200 years and stuff. So you know.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, it can be. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we got
very fast. I'm
What is
very
yours?
fast. I'm a very fast walker, an even faster runner, and jogging
I see
right
what
in the
you're
middle
saying.
there.
No, it's not like walking takes 200 years. It's just like, but there's this one. There's one lady who like she does just walk, and she's like counting how many steps it takes to go from like one end of the cross into the other. Like that's how she's spending her time.
Pedestrianism, yes.
Yeah. There's other people who just like go to this like garden in the city I mentioned, and they just kind of sit and just like sit there for like 10 years, 20 years, just don't move.
I have more to do. I am not intending to sit or walk for a millennia or so. Let us go.
Yeah.
Agreed. So as we're walking and talking, we can get out of here though, right? We go back to life or something, or we go to
So like if you're here, the fact that you're here like means, like I said, one of two things. I mean, there's no afterlife that is waiting for you or wants you, or you're not beholden to it.
All right.
Or you're destined for resurrection. Yeah. So he starts walking again. It's just fields. And we got accommodations. You know, there's like tenement buildings in the city. When you get there, you can kind of hang out in.
Okay.
There are permanent residents. Yeah. But so we're going to that grove I mentioned. We're going to this place called Atonement Grove, and you can kind of learn a little bit about yourselves in your life.
Atonement. When you say atonement, what are we?
Yeah, so like a lot of times souls come here, they got like unfinished business, maybe like with themselves. I don't know, maybe they got some existential stuff to work out. Okay. Well, cool. Hey, that's I'm just here to like walk, and like take you in the right direction.
Are we ghosts?
I mean, kinda. There are like ghosts. I mean, what's funny is you'll find folk here that are all manner of sort of manifestations, right? It's like a subconscious thing. You get people here, they look really dead, right? Like this rotten, this person who's like got some rot going on in your group here.
That's kind of rude, skeleton.
You
called him out being rude. That's rude.
And you're a skeleton.
I'm a scout. I sorry, I don't have nuance. But I'm just but you get people that like bear like the wounds of their death, or they like look like translucent. They can see through them and stuff, and they're kind of incorporeal. You get people that look like they're ideal versions of themselves. It's kind of basically the way you all look right now was your subconscious manifesting it as you appeared here on this plane. So like, if you don't like it, that's kind of
us think about it. I'm glad that didn't happen to me, I guess. And as I'm walking, you can see like I'm still covered in little splotchy, but like inconsistent bits of tar and feather. And even though I don't look wet, as I am walking, I am leaving like tracks of water through where we're going.
Okay.
What exactly did you succumb to yourself?
I don't remember per se. I was got done with the tournament, won, of course, and I think
Is he lying?
Angry.
Can you lie in the afterlife?
Oh yeah, you can lie. Like there's like crime, we got like crime and stuff, and there's people that they lie, and then
Oh, I'm
you
not
can
lying.
die.
Of
You can
course I
definitely
won.
die too. By the way, you're dead, but you can
Whoa.
die again. Yeah.
Okay. Stakes. So I don't remember quite. A little hazy. I think the local organizers were a little upset or something like that. It's a little rude of them to straight up kill me. That's embarrassing for them. And when I come back, I shall let them know.
If
Oh
you
right.
come back.
Fair.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But so as you're walking, and this is going on for the better part of an hour, and right as you see, kind of almost appearing out of nowhere on the horizon, you see a copse of trees appear. However, right around that time, as that sort of kind of appears on the horizon, Johann suddenly stops moving and talking.
Question.
His head, yes.
I just want to make sure because it's the afterlife. Did you say the tops with the T or cops of trees? Because okay,
Oh,
I was like,
yeah.
this is different. These
I
are
was like,
tree cops.
Get ready.
Fuck.
A bunch of
I drank everything. G.
Woo, woo, woo.
Dang it, you got me.
What you gonna do?
You got me so good.
Real-
I'm breaking my lab here. No, Pops, COPSE, as in a group, a cluster.
And not cops.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
I learned a new word
Yeah.
today.
Yeah, me too.
It's one of those words that's in fantasy books all the time. I'm like, just say a bunch of. Give on.
Yeah.
no,
You're ruining the mystique if you take out the word.
Yeah, exactly.
No, yeah. I spend a lot of time on thesaurus.com.
Don't.
I'm stupid.
So,
Look at those cops.
no. So Johann's skulled head swivels left to right and back again, and he says, "Shh," and he crouches. He delicately wipes a bit of ash that's accumulated on the bit of a wheat strand. He holds his hand up and he watches the ash blow away. He looks in the direction where the wind blew and points. Those of you who look where he's pointing see a powerful wind sweeping across the field, kicking up an ocean of gray ash. The wind seems to shift its trajectory, curving left and then left again and again until the wind is swirling around and around. More and more ash is sucked in, and the very shadows of the foliage seem to stretch and contort, lending their blackness to the whirlwind. The ash and shadow mingle together, and a moment later, a raging tornado of blackness looms over the prairie. More of these tornadoes appear, pillars of swirling darkness all across the horizon. Johann turns to you all and shouts, "Run!" as the dark swirling whirlwinds begin to streak across the land in random directions at alarming speeds. Johann takes off at a sprint, pointing with the staff towards that thicket of trees.
Thank you.
Mhm.
As the danger happens, thank you so much. We passed $8,000, and we're 8,001 cents. Most importantly, 0 meme numbers in there. The streaks have been broken. So if you want any meme numbers, you know what you got to do. Thank you so much, everybody.
So we are in this is kind of a sort of a counter light where one of these big swirling tornadoes of blackness is bearing down on you. Johann has pointed. The trees that he had pointed to are about a half a mile away, and he has started running. So each of you are going to take a turn. Tell me what you're doing on your turn. You can just do a full dash. You can cast a spell. You are welcome to. Let's go ahead and do an individual initiative for this, just to keep it moving, and then.
Ooh. Jesus Christ, 26.
Nice.
A dirty 20.
17.
Oof.
3. That's pretty good. Oh yeah,
Who
we're
got
level
3?
15. Did we say that? We're level 15.
Yeah, you're level 15. Yeah.
14.
Who got 3?
Me.
Goodbye.
Okay.
Oh no.
Ian Jordan 3. V, what'd you get?
17. 17.
17. All right. Tim, what does Theodore do?
Oh, he's like even before Johan's done, he's sprinting, and there's a little bit of gust, and you're like, oh no, the gust, the spooky wind is coming for us. But no, it feels like the air itself has been conjured at his back and sort of like pushes him even farther as he is sprinting away, very like cartoon style, legs kicking up very high.
Okay. So how many feet can he travel?
Yeah, 30 per action, and with my gust cantrip, which I'm casting on myself, I'm choosing to fail it. Spell doesn't technically work this way, but it's for the kids, Pat. So I can get a total of 65 feet. I want to say.
I just get to change the rules for the kid. I love that. Love that. Cool, great.
It's for the kids, and we have 2 hours. We gotta go.
So in your turn, what is the total movement you've achieved?
65.
Woo.
Okay, great. KP,
Yes.
what does Aranya do?
Aranya, I think first thing he does is to. I mean, how when you say they're big, how big are these things?
They're stretching up to the sky, essentially.
Okay, never mind. So I'm assuming a wall of fire is not going to do much to them.
Couldn't hurt. Well, actually, could hurt. You can make fire tornadoes.
Make things worse.
Let the chaos reign. So actually, what I'm going to do then is I am going to follow in Tim's footsteps. Sorry, what was it?
Theodore.
Theodore's footsteps.
You can call me Theo.
And
Tim,
I'm
it's
going
easy.
to cast Investiture of Wind.
Mm.
And you see him take his staff.
Okay. Love that.
Yeah. And you just see
KP
him,
up here on our own encounter. You guys are like,
Dropping
Just
high levels
stab it
immediately.
tap it into the sky, and you see a
Whoa.
gust of wind just come out and then literally lift, like shove him in the back and lift him off and then shoot him across. And which makes me gain a flying speed of 60 feet.
that's awesome. That's so cool.
Can I
Neat,
actually,
cast cantrip.
considering that this is my action, can I first run my 35, like my movement speed, and then add this on top of that?
So there'll be a total of 95 feet of
Yes.
movement. Okay.
Yes. So you're just like, nope. Just
Okay.
and visually, you see the side that is still verdant on him is the side that kind of like rustles a little bit as if though there was wind underneath. Kind of that's where that side is where this magic
like,
starts
you
flowing
see-
out from.
So like you see around it, it's almost like a running start. Run 30 feet, and then this wind just comes out of nowhere and just kind of swoops them up and just shoves them, or 35 feet, shoves them another 60 forward. I think Theodore's like really proud of himself. He's running real fast. You see Ronnie just whoosh by. V, what does Phlox do?
So as Phlox, Phlox is very fast, you guys.
Mhm.
So Phlox does a little dash and runs right past Theodore. Like, you're doing great, bud. Just keep going. And then I'm gonna like
What is
take
happening?
a little jump and then pass by Aranya and be like, hi.
Oh.
As I am going 130 feet.
Oh,
Dang.
whoa.
Okay. All right. And CB, what does Sir Benedict do?
Clonk, clonk, clonk. No, he does. I will say he spots the forming of the tornadoes just slightly before I have a passive of 24. But and then he looks back and you start to see his feet almost dig into the ground for a moment. You start to see almost like steam and like pops of electricity start to shoot around his legs as I cast Longstrider on myself. And then I just run 40 feet. I don't got all
40?
y'all what
Okay.
y'all got. I run 40 feet. But knowing and seeing that others are going fast, and for him, he's like, all right, I don't have to deal with them. They can get away. And he's actually going to like man the back, I guess, to make sure that he's the last one, so he probably could tank whatever's coming. He want to make sure everybody else gets past.
Yeah. Okay. And Jordan, what does Symphony do?
Symphony starts running and is just having a really hard time connecting to her new form. There's a little bit of denial there, and it's kind of sinking in that she must be dead because her body's just not working the way that it used to. So it's just a very clumsy run for about 30 feet, and then she's over it, and she casts Fly on herself and just flies the other 60.
So is it 90 total?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, can I say too that because Phlox has like this mega like rainbow hair and they're going so fast, it's like a dashing rainbow towards wherever they're going.
Well,
So
Are you saying it's like
Nyan Cat or whatever it is?
Yeah.
Love it.
I'm just saying things, and whatever people want to imagine in this
Your
imagination
armor
game
looks
they
like
can
a
do.
Pop-Tart, you know?
Yeah,
You didn't
exactly.
say
Yeah.
it, but
Mhm.
And I should say sorry, and I should have said it before. As he stopped and turned, you saw his put his shield back in front of him, but there's suddenly like almost like a light shield that forms completely in front of him as he uses a bonus action to gain some temporary HP from my perfected field.
sick.
Yes.
Okay.
My defensive field. Sorry.
Okay. So I am gonna need CB, I'm gonna
Probably
need
just
Sir
me.
Benedict to make but because of what you're doing and the way I'm assuming Sir Benedict is not light, is not as far as it goes. I'm gonna need you to make a dexterity saving throw, but with advantage.
I can do that, Captain. I can try.
As the edges of the wind of this tornado start to buffet you.
Yeah, of course. Can I do that? That's an ability check. Nope. Yay. No, I'm so lucky. So lucky that I rolled 2 7s on the die. So that's a 9.
Okay. All right. It's a 9. All
Yep.
right.
9.
You are knocked prone
Oh no.
for this.
I love that. I love that for me. I love being
Okay.
prone.
And as you're knocked prone, the darkness starts to wash over you,
Mhm.
and this massive black tornado starts to envelop you. Before we get to what happens then, we're gonna go back to the top. And Theodore, what are you doing now?
I turn around. I see you guys all rudely fly past me.
Yes.
And then I turn around and see Benedict take a tumble. And
You're in the back, by the way. It's Phlox is far in front, then Aranya, and then Symphony right behind Aranya, and then Theodore is 25 feet back from them.
Yeah, and I think Benedict is like 20-ish feet away from me, give or take. I have a quick bit of shouldn't I to go back, and I just say sorry, and then I just keep running. I legally don't have any way to help you, but it's making it a more beautiful thing. And I'll just book it another 65 feet.
Okay.
If I can. Not
Can
all
you?
of us
I mean,
fly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is that you
what
can?
if?
Can you make it another 65 feet? Was it? You have to do gust again, or does that stay up, or
I get it's
that
a
extra
cantrip.
5?
Yeah, it's a cantrip.
Just give yourself a little extra 5 feet burst.
For the kids.
Just barely staying out of that. You feel the wind like nipping at you almost. Like it's just so close.
I'm screaming.
Okay. Aranya, what are we doing?
I turn to the skeleton and I ask him, are we close to safety? How far are we?
I'm gonna say you can yell as you pass him because you are going way faster. And actually, as you all fly past, you see Johan just jump down to the ground and like dig his bony fingers into the ground, and he just yells, "I don't know." So I said,
And then I said, is there a city of safety? Is there someplace we could go?
"The trees," and then his voice is drowned out by the wind.
And then, do I see these trees?
Yeah, it's like the thicket, the grove
Okay.
of trees, the cluster.
How far?
I'm just gonna go.
How far are we from this?
You still have a ways to go.
Okay. Then I'm going to use plane shift.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay.
You ain't gonna have no spells like that.
use them.
I can use them.
I mean,
It's a one shot. You know, we're dead already. What's gonna happen?
yeah, right. Exactly. It'll be fine. Everything will be good. And I look back and yell at everybody, and I just say, "Follow me!" And I just I take my staff out and point it in a particular spot and start doing a swirl and like ooh, but we have to link hands. Okay.
I'll let you if you want to not do that. It's up to you. You can. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll always
well,
let
I
you.
mean, we have time.
Always,
We have
yeah.
time. I hold on to the skeleton, and then I slam the staff down as a sigil floats up. I tell everybody hold hands.
Okay, so you do that at this point now. So Theodore, because it went a little before you. This happens right, just right after. Theodore, you can hear this, but it's happening 35 feet behind you. Phlox, you're next. This is also 35 feet behind you. You hear Aranya yell, "Everybody hold hands." Sir Benedict is on the ground, kind of being covered, and actually, Symphony, you're like right there. You're 5 feet away.
Yeah.
So you can clearly, if you and it's going to be when it comes to your turn, you'll get to choose really easily what you want to do. But we're going to go. So is there anything? So for your turn, Aranya, you're going to stop right there, yell, "Everybody hold hands."
Yeah,
Slam the ground, and because
the biggest thing is I'm trying to determine are the groves someplace we can reach before this tornado takes us all up.
Mhm.
And so that was the reasoning behind it. If it looks like it's not someplace we can reach, then he's going to cast a spell and wait for others to reach him.
you'll have to, yeah. If you have to go more than 60 feet a turn every turn for a lot of turns to get there.
Yeah. Then yeah.
So
we about to tell.
I guess if you're flying by
me,
me, I'll like hold my hand up.
well, you're ahead of them.
I was already ahead.
Because no, Theodore, because you do this after Theodore technically took his turn.
Yeah,
so
the initiative weirdness.
So Theodore and Phlox are ahead of you, and you do this. Theodore can't do anything about it now because he took his turn to go ahead of you. Phlox, you hear this, but it's now your turn. You can keep going. You can turn around. Your call.
So I'm
Turn
like I'm 130 feet past where we started. So I'm real far away. And okay, so who's the farthest fucking behind us? Is that
Sir Benedict.
Sir Benedict. Okay.
And you can almost not even see him because he's on the ground prone, and these black winds and this tornado of ash and darkness and shadow is sort of rolling over him.
Cool. I'm gonna use my feline agility for this turn to like zip around. I'm gonna double my already like existing speed, then dash back. So I will be at 260 land
Holy
speed.
shit.
So as I'm like running past, I'm gonna like have my little claws out ready for people to like hold on to my hands. Because if you want to hang on and get to that staff, you better fucking jump on this. And we're gonna try and like get back to Sir Benedict and just start pulling shit. Like, how can I group these people together being extremely fast? I'm like Ricky Bobby fast. Okay,
Got some Quicksilver shit.
Yeah.
Okay. And how much movement you have right now in this turn?
260.
260, Pat.
260. And you're 90 feet away. Okay, you can grab, I'll say you can grab two people on your way back.
Okay.
And hold two people's hands. And I guess those people could hold someone's hands too. You could. And you right in this moment, you and Theodore are like neck and neck, dead even. So you could grab Theodore, and I guess if they grab you, Theodore, it's up to you if you willingly go along and just try to like
110%. Yeah.
Okay.
So you could grab Theodore. Because we're having fun here. I'll say if you want to do this, I love this. You can grab. It could be just like a chain. You can grab Theodore with one hand, grab someone else, and they can hold. And like Aranya could hold on to Johan, and someone else has a free hand. Grab like Symphony. It's all your call.
So I just want to make a little nerds rope. So maybe not even holding hands, right? Like, so let's lengthen our bodies.
You have
a
enough
little
movement.
bit.
You could leave. You actually have enough movement. That's crazy because you have enough movement to bring Theodore back to where Aranya's casting plane shift.
Yeah.
Drop him off. Symphony can just stay there. Johan's there. Go get. You have to go into the storm. I'll make you make a few. I'll make you make. I'm gonna make you make some checks, but they're not. Go into the storm, grab Sir Benedict, and get back. That's Flash. That's crazy. But go for it.
All right.
If you all want to do that. If you want to do that, and I would like you to make me. And then I guess the question is, Sir Benedict, if you hear what do you do? Is everyone good? Like, start like Theodore, you're good. Like he being yanked back and dropped off.
Oh yeah, 100,000%. Yeah.
Okay. So you do that, Phlox, and you are just hauling. You're like, it's like burning the wheat. You're like the little path of like scorched as you zip through. You go back. You go into you're going so fast. I'm gonna have you make me a dexterity saving throw against the winds with advantage because you're moving just so fast. You have this momentum helping you out here. And then tell me what you do. Do you just try to grab Sir Benedict or do you try to yell? But first make me a dexterity saving throw because you are going into the winds, but like I said, with advantage because you're going so dang fast.
Yeah, I'm super fast, man. So so do I roll like a D? Do you want me to like roll as a thing or hold on?
Yeah, a dexterity saving throw. So D20 plus your dex save modifier.
Okay, so that will be a 24.
Yeah, no problem. The winds are harsh, but you're just going again so fast they can't get a purchase on you. You come up to, you see Sir Benedict is prone, just armored, and you just try to grab. How much can you lift? How much can you pick up per character?
That is an extrtremely rude question.
How dare you, Pat? I thought this was for the damn kids.
I don't know. Like, do you want me to roll a thing?
Well, I guess.
Do you want me to roll an athletic?
If Sir Benedict, do you say anything, Sir Benedict? You I don't know. You feel this, even despite the buffeting of the wind and this howling, you feel a presence come, and you feel hands maybe touch you. I don't know if Phlox, do you try to shout anything, say anything, explain what's going on, or?
Oh, you know what? Because I have my little clawsies out, I will do the little against his armor or something, just so he knows, like, hey, buddy, it's me, and we're safe now. You're gonna be okay. Little baby Phlox is here for you.
If Sir Benedict is willing, I will go ahead and say, let this happen. We're to kind of quickly zip out of there with him. So Benedict, how do you react to that?
He's very confused about what's going on. He's ready to just bear this and take it. But seeing a really fast cat person that he just met suddenly run back. Yeah, I mean, if there's an arm reaching out to grab, he's going to immediately grip on. Your hand's going to hurt. He has a very strong grip. But yeah, if it's possible for him to be pulled out, then sure, yeah.
All right, cool.
Okay.
I will do this thing, and if I need to, I can also do a telekinetic shove to like push him into the hands if necessary.
Yeah. Okay.
But I don't want to hurt him.
You do that. You get back. So Orion, you were basically, it's one action, but you're going to wait for everyone. So you're going to have to, it's going to kind of come around again because you're going to have to wait for everyone to get back.
He's going to hold that action until everybody waits and then casts it.
So this happens and you're all there and you're holding hands and you have to kind of, since you had to wait for them to get back and it kind of goes around again, as you cast plane shift, the tornado kind of envelops over all of you. It's kind of simultaneously, and it's only for like a second or 2 seconds. But as the winds buffet you and it all light kind of goes away and it's pure darkness, each one of you hears something different. And it's so loud, it's almost deafening. And you hear a voice screaming at you. And for each of you, it's a familiar voice. It's someone you knew, and it's someone whether this actually happened or not, it's somebody you knew in your life that's screaming at you for letting them down, for not being there when you needed them. And that's the last thing you hear. And I'll let you, whatever your character hears, that's up, like that's between them and themselves. And where are you trying? You're casting. You're trying to shift toward the
grove,
the trees.
Yeah. The area of safety.
Mm-hmm. So that's the last thing you hear, and then there's a flash, and the next thing you know, you all kind of fall in the middle of this clearing, surrounded by trees, and everything is still and calm.
We are at $8,769.69. Thanks so much to
nice
anonymous humbled follower, Death by Kitten, YK Sue, and anonymous, and me.
Thank you so much. So you all just collapse in a heap, and it is like deafeningly quiet now.
Mm-hmm. And as you see everybody flash in, you see specifically anybody noticing Aranya, he is now clearly more decaying at that point compared to what he was before. Almost as if though he's been using the vestiges of power that he had in terms of the connection that he had with his original grove, which he doesn't have anymore. And he just kind of just kneels down, like, and breathing deeply, clearly like exhausted from that effort. But question to the DM: now that he's in this other grove, is there any form of connection, any form of familiarity to how the grove looks?
Roll me a nature check.
Oh. How is it that I don't have nature?
I know, right? It's wizards, figure it out.
I'm just gonna do a straight D20 roll then, I guess. Oh, that is a 3, my friend.
You don't sense any kind of necessarily connection. It's just it looks like it actually looks for sort of washed out as a lot of the landscape was. You're walking. There is a little bit more color here. You see actual, it looks like lush, ripe fruit, pomegranates, and growing apples growing on the trees. You are in this. It feels like you're in the middle, and there's this clear pond actually in the middle, and there's a little strip of land around it, and then the thick trees all around you. And Johan kind of sits up and goes, "Oh, okay. So like that, those are we should not be getting shadow twisters right now. That something's wrong. Something's off.
Okay.
And like we're all here now, and this is supposed to be kind of a solitary thing where you get to come back here by yourself, and we all wait kind of outside the grove. I feel like I need to get y'all to the junction pretty quick, but we're here. Yeah, something's off. That's not supposed. That was weird. Good, nice. Thank you there, pal, for the whatever that was. That was, you were
yeah.
So,
but maybe you should take it easy. You're starting to. I don't know what you looked like before, but even now you're starting to something.
I need to rest. And
then, I mean, like we's all dead, but like you look dead. You look like dead. Like I'm a skeleton, dead. And you look dead. Like, Johan, you see him stand up and go over and pull like a pear off a tree, take a bite, you chews it with his teeth, and you see it just drop under his jawbone and like through his ribcage and just drop to the ground. He's like, man, sometimes I feel like I can still taste it. Oh well. But y'all are welcome to. I hear these taste great, the fruit. But so the deal is and nobody has to do this. It's kind of a moment to kind of get some maybe closure with yourself. So if you walk that water right there, don't go near it unless you want this. If you approach the water and look down, a couple things are going to happen. A, you're going to be given a vision of your death. You can kind of see that kind of play out. 2, you're going to have an opportunity to have a chat with yourself. Your reflection. It's called an unsullied visage. It's basically like you, but it's you with all personal bias removed. You know how we all kind of look back on our lives, trying to maybe like with a little bit of rose-colored glasses, trying to maybe like, no, okay. Well, I'm hoping you do because I think that might be real interesting. But like if you want, sometimes people get a lot of closure out of it or some catharsis. Nobody's got it. Nobody has to do anything. But if that's something you feel is valuable to you, you can go do it since we're here. But otherwise, if I want to get you to the junction. It's kind of like a way stop on the journey. There's usually some protection there. It's kind of a safe spot in the fields. But yeah, that's where we're at right now. This is where I was taking you. I'm supposed to drop you off here first and see if anyone wants to see how they died or talk to themselves.
Are there any bananas in this grove?
Absolutely, sure.
Oh,
I was literally thinking that same thing. Oh my god.
Symphony sees the bananas and she immediately just starts blood curdling screaming and turns.
Okay. That's a new one. I've been doing this a while. That's new.
What?
Are you allergic?
Yeah.
Oh God, a banana killed me.
What now?
A banana would never hurt a person.
Listen, this is really unprofessional of me. But if you go up to the water, can I watch the replay of your death?
Symphony just looks around and like shrugs and is like, "Yeah, sure, I guess," and walks over to the pond.
You do? Okay. So
can I come
Symphony,
too?
you walk up.
Sure, the group trip.
Yeah.
So Symphony St. Clair walks up to the edge of the pond and it ripples and then a scene plays out. Symphony, please describe the scene that plays out.
There you see like beautiful Highland moors, and a Symphony dressed very similarly to how you all know her, is taking a walk with her beloved, another high elf. And like the sun shines right on her ring finger on her left hand, and her beloved are having this lovely walk and such romantic conversation. And there is a banana peel on the road that they're on. And Symphony is not paying attention because she is looking at her husband-to-be and steps right on that banana peel and goes right off the side of the cliff on the moors.
Johan's like, dang.
No.
I laugh a little bit too, like, oh, wow, that sucks. Holy shit. Some servant got murdered by your husband because
you hear
that should not have happened.
You hear a chomp. Johan's got another pear just gnawing on. Again, it's just mushed pear falling under his jawbone.
You also hear this like shh, 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 as Phlox is like taking all of the wheat and she's got this little bag that she's winnowing the wheat from the chaff. She's like, that's crazy.
Dang. Okay. That's a new one. I brought a lot of souls here and I never. Okay. And then as that scene ends, the death of Symphony St. Clair, the water kind of goes back, except you see a reflection, and it's a reflection at first, and then it starts to move on its own. And it looks up at you and says, so we doing this with the audience, or do you want to have a chat, or
this seems awkward, I'm leaving.
Oh. Can I say it seems awkward and leave?
Okay, I mean that's up to you if you want. Yeah.
And Symphony like kind of does like the yes, no, yeah, no, yeah, no.
And she's just like,
no,
you don't want to talk, or you?
Nope, I'm good, thanks.
Okay. And as you step back, you're going to step away from the water. As you step back, you just hear your own voice yell out, "You never wanted to be married anyway."
Symphony looks around like she did not hear it, trying to just play it off.
Oh, perfect. Yes.
Okay. Johan just chomping is like, so I guess now that y'all saw, what that was all about. Anyone else want to talk to themselves or see how they died, or you want to move on?
No, I'm good. None of my business. Thank you.
I'll do it
Your
just to
desk.
look at my beautiful wife. And Creeping Flocks is now grinding in a little mill from their cooking utensils the wheat to make some flour. So it'd be like, I just
Okay.
want to look. I want to see my wife.
Okay. So flocks, they step up to the edge of the pond and the water, and then it kind of ripples, and then a scene plays out. Can you please describe what the end of Phlox's mortal life looked like?
Oh, yes. It's very erotic and beautiful as Kilana and Phlox have one last roll in the hay before they decide to walk to the other side of the veil. And all Phlox has to say is like, oh, she's so beautiful. She said, I just can't believe I got to spend my whole life with that beautiful tree goddess. And just with the milling. It's getting a little pornographic. Everyone turn around.
Yeah, I turn around, face a tree.
Johan
Okay,
puts his hand
we
over his
finished.
face that is just bones, so he can just see right.
Good deal. Good deal. Thank you. Okay. Well, I guess that's really it because I was perfect and nothing was wrong. So
Oh.
I chose to come here.
So you died while boinking?
No, I absolutely let her finish. Then I finish. And then just like a gentle person, I walk to the other side of the veil. That's it.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We finished, and then I finished.
Okay.
Just how you do.
The scene
Le Big Mort.
the scene fades, and then Phlox sees their reflection again, looking up at them, and then the reflection starts to sort of move on its own, and it says, "Hi."
Hi.
So we're dead.
Yeah. Cooking on that. Got to see where Kalana is, and then we're just gonna mosey on to
Yeah.
the next adventure. So,
Okay. You don't feel any guilt about Kalana?
no,
No.
Why would I feel guilt? Beautiful creature.
Yeah.
Always
but-
finished first.
Yeah, we were really good at that. She relinquished her bond with her heart tree for us, right?
That seems like a lot to say to a person that's trying to just grind wheat into flour. That's
I'm you. I'm just you without like the bullshit. It's just,
well.
I'm you with all your memories, but I can see through all deceptions, all illusions, both of our own making and other making of our life. And I don't know, just feel
Okay. So this is kind of news to me. You're telling me that Kalana, the love of my life, gave up her ability to be with her heart tree, her one true home and resting place, and she attached herself to me instead. Is that what you're telling me right now?
yes. Yes.
That's so rude because I was going to die. And that kind of makes me mad. But you know what? That could be really helpful to someone here because that means that I have something in me, some sort of seed, some sort of plant. Perhaps I can help someone else. This is good. This is probably what she wanted all along. Okay. Well, this is a really good talk.
We're dead. I don't think we can. I mean, I guess do what you want for us. We are dead. I guess if we want to keep just lying to ourselves, okay, that's fine.
Why are we lying?
It's not like we're here in this place that's all about, working our shit out before we can move on because we don't have stuff to work out, but sure, okay.
I mean, what's your suggestion, me? Creeping flocks of water.
We're very clever. We are, aren't we? We're just so clever.
We are so. Oh my god.
We're so clever, and we look, even in death. Can I just say we look great?
We do look great.
Like
I've been thinking that the whole time.
I don't really. I'm not really
let me
here to
jump
tell you
in
what to
real
do.
quick. Sorry, we just passed $9,000.
Dang.
We have another 33 minutes, as far as I can tell, of 2x donations. So another $500 out of any one person's pocket or several people's pockets will cross us over the finish line due to the extremely generous 2x donation. Thank you so much.
Oh, Pat, a question. Since I'm making flour from the wheat of the plains here,
Mhm.
if we get to 9,500, right? Like if we get there, could I use the wheat that I've made, possibly obtain some sugar cane and some strawberries here, and run eating some Pop-Tarts if we get to 9,500?
Absolutely.
Okay.
100%.
So it's on you.
We
If
can
you
we can
want
kind of
this.
derive sugar from maybe the fruits in the tree, just sort of using
Mhm.
just yes, extract it. Absolutely.
In chat, look how mad Pat is about that. He doesn't want to do it.
No,
He's
he
like,
hates
I
it.
don't want it to get to $9,500.
No. Yes, you can absolutely do that.
Okay, cool.
And their their visage is just I'm just here to give you facts about our life, not necessarily tell you what to do with our afterlife. But
I kick over the flour and then I'm like, oh, darn it. That shouldn't waste.
no, that's not productive.
Put it back in the bowl. All right. Okay. I got to go. I really don't have time to admire you anymore. I'm on a short time limit. I have to get back to Kelowna, and there are other people that might want to use this pool for other types of reflections. So,
Okay.
goodbye. You look great.
We do.
I'll see you later,
That's
buddy.
Bye. So Johan is just kind of leaning up against the tree at this point, and looks at Aranya, and Theodore's already said no. Looks at Sir Benedict. Says, again, we can. Y'all want to talk? We can just go. It could be a lot.
I think Aranya is waiting to see if anybody else would go. And then he goes.
It's just Theodore's bowed out, and Phlox has done it, and Symphony has done it. So yeah, it's just be Aranya and Sir Benedict.
No, Benedict is currently like leaning against something, and he says, I am already quite aware of the circumstances of my death. I do not need to relive it. This isn't the first time I've died. So.
Cool.
Yeah, you actually see him for a moment remove the mask that he has on, at least like pull it down a little bit. It's not a mask, it's part of the helmet, but he just shifts down a little bit, and you see like desiccated flesh.
Ooh.
Just completely desiccated, like this is a husk. And he puts it back.
Okay, I take
That's
it back.
one reason I am still
He's the
here.
most dead looking now.
I see why you said it was rude.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah. I get that.
That's fair. It's not a contest, but
well, if I have a question, does this only show the past on how we died, or does it show after? Can it show what has become after we have left our mortal coil?
It basically is like vision of your death, and then you're basically like talk to yourself. It's kind of like looking at your own memories with no tint, no personal bias, just raw, objective truth, which can be really painful for some folk. Like I know for me, like it was pretty tough because I basically told myself what a dumbass I was for like I would always try to convince myself my debts, my gambling debts weren't my own fault when they really were. I just I always blame this and that and this but really it was my own bad choices that got me in my situation.
I guess this is an opportunity to learn. And you see him get up and walk over to the river, to the water, and he looks in to it.
Okay. What does Aranya see as far as the nature of death?
He sees initially a very beautiful grove that he had very painstakingly cared for and grew from a very small area, maybe a couple saplings, him sowing seeds until finally it starts expanding and growing, until it becomes quite mighty. It's very, very large, especially for a single druid to maintain. But then as time goes on, as nature ought to, and the world ought to, civilization starts encroaching. You see him trying to protect his grove as best as he could. And unlike the one you see now, the Aranya of the past, he's very, not necessarily whole, but the side of him that you see most of is the side that is vibrant and almost devoid of the decay. And he seems, though, despite that, though, he seems arrogant. Like, physically he's beautiful, but mentally he's quite confident in himself, very much doesn't listen to anybody else. Any delegations that come from the civilization that are very peaceful and clearly trying to work with him to figure out how they can coexist, he turns them away, not really looking for any form of compromise, looking for any form of path forward. It's him, his path, it's the only way. And more particularly, you see one single person that came from this delegation actively trying to expand his grove in a different direction, away from the civilization, and it working. It's not like it was a futile attempt, but him thwarting that plan out of arrogance and like sending her away. And the more and more he sees himself in this new light, the more he realizes that the cause of the death of the grove was himself. It was his arrogance, his years of believing that what he did was right, his need to what he thinks is protecting, but almost it's more of a possessive nature of his grove, rather than, like, if he had just taken a step back and realized that it's not just him, that there's not just one path forward. You see him almost actually actively, like, being aggressive against the civilization as time goes on. You see him attacking the walls, trying to use thorn spikes and vines to crumble their buildings, and then to the point where the armies of the kingdom decide that you're a threat, that he's the threat, and starts burning the grove down.
Jesus.
And that's in his process of trying to protect his grove. At that moment, you start seeing him burning up and refusing to leave, and very stubbornly sitting in the middle of it. And that's kind of where it led him to where he is now.
And good.
I was just going to say, and at that point, I don't think he needed to talk to himself anymore, right? And I don't think he wanted to talk to himself. The side of him that he sees now is more disgusting than what one might consider him now in terms of physical sense. Yes, he's decaying physically, but mentally he finds himself in the past abhorring the side of him that he didn't think he had. And he I don't think he needs to speak to him to realize that he was in the wrong.
Mm-hmm.
What do you look like when you turn away from the river? Because, like, that's heavy.
I think it's just self-acceptance, and there's really no physical change. I think the physical aspect of him is just him just knowing that he's the result of his own consequences, his own actions. And the decay is just a part of life, and it's just something that he needs to accept. It's not something he can change. It's not something that he just magically can recover from. He realizes that his mistakes are a part of him, and now it's just in this plane showing physically rather than manifesting, in a mental way. And so it's him looking sad, but a hint of acceptance. And him realizing that he is here because of his own actions and accepting that.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So say Aranya watches all of this unfold, and has this, and it basically turns away as it fades. Doesn't even give himself a chance to talk to himself, and walks back. And Johan kind of stands up with his staff and like, he's like, normally I would let y'all like take a minute, just kind of chill out and relax. But I really feel like we gotta keep moving, just because, like I said, something's going on. That the whole storm thing, that's not normal. I kind of need to get us somewhere where we can I can kind of check in with some authority, some higher ups. Also, it's a lot safer than out here in the fields. So let's move on. We're going to the junction. And as you start to leave, the trees kind of part, kind of make a path for you to leave the grove, walk back out into the fields, and you can see as you look around a lot of flattened wheaten grass and black ash scattered, sort of devastation wrought from these tornadoes. And with that, if we're going to take, we want to take like a 5-minute, get a drink. Is that okay? Yeah.
Sure.
Let's do that and we'll come back.
Cool. Thank you so much to Michael Rocks. You have won Dungeon Decorators. You have, I guess everyone has an hour and a half, give or take, to continue to donate in order to be entered into the giveaways.
Cool.
And we're not going to take the stream down or anything. So
no, yeah. So I guess should we just stay up? Just if you want to turn off your camera, if anyone needs to step away, and
will that mess up the?
Don't turn off your camera.
Yeah.
Don't turn off. Oh, sorry. Okay.
Yeah. Sounds like
yeah.
The producer and me said, "Do not do that."
Yeah. What TV said then? But
cool.
All right. So you guys.
Yeah. I think I'm okay, but
I'm good too. I have the bladder of a champion.
mm-hmm.
Just kidding. I really don't.
You
at
don't?
all. No. But I also don't have to go pee. So
I might go real quick in a second, but I don't want to leave you hanging solo.
Yeah, so
I don't want to leave you hanging solo.
I didn't want to leave the stream like all by itself, but that's all right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine. You should go pee. If you need to pee, you should pee. If you need to poop, you should poop.
I don't.
But if you needed to, you could.
Thank you. Thank you.
Don't worry.
Thank you.
I'm here for you, buddy.
All right. I'm gonna give you the stream. It's yours. The command is yours.
Look, a stupid. Oh, he's so stupid. I can't believe he's done this.
Hey, everybody. How's it going? I hope that everyone is doing really well. What a fabulous Sunday. And thanks again to John for pulling this all together. John, did I just hear you say a thing?
I coughed.
Gross. Ugh. John has COVID. Just kidding. I don't know if he does. I do not know.
I just thought I'd pop in and see you weren't all by your lonesome.
Oh, thanks. Hey, buddy. How's it going?
It's going good. I've been up for probably 30-ish hours, I guess.
Ooh.
But
done anything interesting?
Baby. I'll keep going and going.
Yeah.
No, I haven't done anything interesting. Just been hanging out. Yeah.
Hanging out.
Did I hear you say you've been up for 30 hours?
Yeah.
About that. I got up. So the stream started at 9 p.m. for me.
Jeez.
And I got up at about 4 p.m. I guess.
Yikes.
I can't math. I don't know how long it is. It's a long time.
Hey guys, can I just lift up?
What's up?
Sorry, John. I interrupted you.
I was just saying thank you to everyone who's donated. We're closing.
Can I just lift up the Lord? Yeah, I have a really bad toilet, and it's been clogged for 16 hours. And it's not a gross thing. It's just a bad toilet. When we had our inspection for like the plumbers, they're like, "You gotta get rid of this fucking thing. This thing sucks. Like, I hate this toilet so much." I was like, "Okay." And the Lord provided, probably from the chat, so that it's no longer clogged. So
nice.
I ignore the problem.
That's
and here we are.
Exciting.
And so I cracked a beer.
Hey.
That's exciting.
Which I probably shouldn't do, but
I would go get one, but if I walk upstairs and my 2-year-old sees me, I won't be coming back down alone. He'll be all over me. So,
Yeah.
And then Tim would yell at me for being unprofessional.
He's so unprofessional, unless you bring that dog in. And mentioned it in the chat. No worries if not, because you're already given up so much of your time. But legally, the stream started late due to technical difficulties. So if people did have an extra 20 or 30, happy to hang out afterwards just to check off the technical 24-hour thing. And also, every single one shot I've ever been in has never ended on time. But no pressure either way. No,
that's not true. I bring you home on time all the time.
Just to say, you've got another hour and 20 minutes to get your donations in to win a copy of Perfect Match from Greater Than Games. And with that, I will leave you all alone again.
All right.
Thank you, Greater Than Games.
Bye.
Okay, to answer the chat, I love Lower Decks. Super sad that it's leaving, but very happy because it means they're going to leave on an excellent series. So I'm very excited about that. So that's it. If you haven't watched Star Trek's Lower Decks, absolutely you should.
For a hot second, I thought I've seen some of it and I've liked what I've seen. For a hot second, I thought you were talking about the reality show with people that work on yachts or mini yachts.
Below Deck.
Below Deck.
Star Trek version of Below Deck. I'd watch that.
Yeah. Gross.
Okay. So we're back in, and you are back walking through the now windswept and some of the weeds torn up of the ashen fields. And as you walk, it takes another almost hour or so, but it's very quiet, it's very calm. And yes,
during that time, what's my character's name? Wow, tired. Benedict is going to saddle up next to Theodore. Just kind of move to be intentionally next to them. And their voice is kind of gravelly, but they're quiet for a moment before. You wanted to avoid seeing your death. Why?
Yeah, it just felt like, I don't know, embarrassing. I'm sure it's traumatic. Right? What if it has from like a different angle and I literally see them stab me or something? It would just ruin my sleep for the rest of my life if I saw literally the life leave my own eyes. And there's probably nothing I can learn from it, but you said you've died a few times, so how about this? I'll just ask you what you learned, and that way I don't have to go through it. I can just learn from you, an expert.
Here's a pause for just a moment, but he will. All right. I died once in battle. I was part of an elite force. I expected that to be the end, and it wasn't. This very armor I'm here, like at his chest, kept me going. But then I learned that it was the only reason I was still here. I joined another group. I learned that there was an archmage who was running rampant, and we had to deal with him. And the only way to deal with him was to cut off the very magic he used to desecrate and annihilate any and all who came upon him. I chose to be the bearer of his pain. The very anti-magic bomb that set off also would end all enchantments upon my armor, and thus I would die. And that is what happened.
So that's how you're here in this state, and not in your previous state, or have you always been tied to your armor here?
I assume that if we are physical manifestations of our souls, and I believe the armor to be who I am, and therefore.
There's a lot of symbolism there. That makes sense. Well, it seems like you're a great hero, so might as well project yourself in your most sounds like heroic deed. So maybe, I don't know how time works here, but maybe people will recognize you, and you're quite distinct. So I, for one, am glad that you're with us. Maybe we'll get cut some lines. A hero? No. I was a tournament guy, going from town to town, hamlet to hamlet, archery tournaments and things of the like. And if there's a occasional, farmers that needed help doing something, and I was around, sure, but it was never for me. It was never for me. My father was more of the type to get mixed up on that business, and I saw it kind of consume him, right? Because there's always someone else to help, and it just takes too much time, and you can't save everybody. That seems like a lot, so I chose to, not do that. I'm not a bad guy to do. It's dangerous.
Sure, but you did tournaments. Tournaments are dangerous, yes.
Of archery, so typically not as dangerous as the melees. I avoided those. So your
I've learned that
classic
piercing of an arrow can do just as much as the swing of a sword.
especially when I do it. Trust me. But it was mostly target practice. I avoided any of the ones that was person to person, because sometimes I don't hold back the best, if that makes sense.
You're an intriguing individual. I'm
Thank
we'll
you.
learn about you soon enough.
Coming from a enchanted, soul-bonded suit of armor / desiccated war hero, that's a huge compliment.
He doesn't believe that you believe that, but he's just going to nod his head. He's going to keep walking.
As we're walking, I am going to kind of I am still I'm always cooking something or slicing something. So I've got something going on, but I'm going to just sort of slowly walk up to Aranya and just say, hey, just so you know, not everything, the life that you left behind is, one of learning. I used to devote all of my time to, being a monk and doing adventure stuff and wreaking havoc on things. And then I met the love of my life, and she was like, hey, we're here to take care of things, not to destroy things. And so, I spent a lot of time going back and rebuilding what I had burnt down. And I feel like it made me more at peace. So, just because you've gone to this other plane and yeah, sure, you died, but you know what? You're still conscious. So you still have time to make change, and maybe you're going to be the change in someone else. I've taught a lot of other people how to cook, how to farm, and, how to protect weakness. Again, it's important. So I know that what you saw in the pool is really tough, but, I just want to encourage you that, it's not the end. Everything is just the beginning. Every day, every breath, every meal, every supper, every snack is a beginning to what should be a pretty delicious life.
I thank you. I'm not sad that I'm dead. And you're right. Given an opportunity, this is a learning lesson. I'm more so upset at myself for the years of harm and arrogance the life of arrogance that I led. I'm upset at the fact that I let my own knowledge stop me from acquiring more, stop me from asking for help. I thought that I was the end all and be all of my area, of my sanctuary, that I had the only right to it, and yet forgot that I shared this world with so many others. And I am just as fallible, just as temporary as everything else. And I just wish that the time that I had used it to help others as I had originally had hoped, as I had wanted my space to be, not just for me. And you're right, if given the chance, I would do it again and do it better and hopefully learn from this mistake. But as he had said, and he looks at they keep blanking his name, so I'm just going to call him the skeleton.
Yeah.
He goes, as he had said, there is some chance that there's another life, but more than not, it's every bit possible that this is the end. And I am saddened that my actions led to harm for so many. People don't realize that plants are not just plants. They have their own thoughts, their own feelings, their own wish to grow. And I remember now at the last moment how I ignored their pleading to understand, to remind me to work together. I ignored the voices of those that could speak as well. I had this one child that would come to me that I watched grow into a fine woman, and then into her older age every day come and try to help me, try to talk to me, to try to broker her peace. And I, in my arrogance, turned her away every single time.
Oh, you lived such an embarrassing existence.
And takes a big bite of an apple.
Man, if only you had learned sooner how to be
Company
better.
also has some apples.
And all of the vibrancy gone. All decayed. Only
You can just like see them like, I'm learning, I'm growing.
I think there was a moment of like a bit of that arrogance coming back of him trying to retaliate, but then you just see him like calm himself down and then look at you and goes, "You're probably more than right."
Yeah,
And
I am. I usually am. I bring a lot of levity.
I'm gonna go
What I've been told.
meditate now for a bit. And he turns around and just sits down and closes his eyes.
Oh
Get yourself a friend that can immediately break your spirit to the core, but in a good way.
Johan kind of saddles up next to Flox. It's like, damn, harsh.
Well, I mean,
I love it.
I didn't say I was perfect. I just said I was near perfect.
Don't discount yourself.
So, Johan Mero, where are we off to now? What's going on? We've been walking. I've been walking very, very slowly. So I'm very excited to be going much faster than what we've been doing.
He actually points, and you see this structure kind of approaching on the horizon. He goes, "It's called the Junction. We're stopping off." And yeah,
Is there going to be any spooky tornadoes on the way? Should we?
I hope not. They're not supposed to be, but I mean,
Okay.
Yeah. And
Good,
as you
good,
approach,
good.
yeah, you see a huge, large wooden lodge. The Junction rises 6 stories high over the prairie lands. The wooden logs of the lodge are stained a deep, rich shade of brown. White smoke drifts upward from a twin pair of cobblestone chimneys. Each chimney has a ledge built into it. Johan, he points at the ledges. He kind of points up at the chimneys where you see these. It doesn't seem to make sense. It's just a chimney, and there's like this like ledge near the top of it, kind of. And he says, one thing about this realm, some of this crossing, is y'all gonna do they have gargoyles where y'all from? Like sentient?
Sentient. Oh,
Like moving gargoyles.
Yes.
no.
Did you say
Yeah,
boils?
Gargoyles.
Yeah.
Creatures
No.
made of stone with wings, and they got they're big old like so like we got of the permanent residents of this plane, more than half are gargoyles. So like gargoyles technically don't have like it's a little delicate. They don't have like souls, so they don't really have an afterlife. So this has kind of become like a de facto place for gargoyles to come to and find sort of meaning. So they kind of protect the realm and stuff. And you're gonna see. I'm just saying, you're gonna see lots of folk made of stone, big with horns, walking around with wings and flying around too. They got them wings. But usually there's a pair of sentries up there. So they're not here. That's weird. That's another thing that's not normal. But yeah. The crossing's like
I'm muted. Let me jump in real quick. Sorry. We have about 5 minutes of donation prizes, meaning you have 5 more minutes to get a donation in, and then you will be entered into a giveaway. We currently have a giveaway for going right now for a game of some sort. If the chat moved, then I can't see it. So that's hashtag giveaway if you want to be entered. And we have 3 minutes and 42 seconds of 2x donations left. So we have 500 still on the table. No pressure. No pressure. Thank you so much.
And so Jan just kind of points it out, and you see this big lodge. It's like, so yeah, we got these. The gargoyles act as kind of like a protection force too. We get some incursions. You know, the crossing's kind of a nexus between many mortal planes and many afterlives. So, you know, not all of them afterlives are super pleasant, and you get some otherworldly horrors sometimes trying to break in and come through here, wreak havoc and stuff. So, yeah, we should go inside.
Lead the way, my friend.
Mm-hmm. So he walks up, there's big wooden double doors, opens them, and you find yourself in a spacious, great room. It's very hunting lodge-y, giant, crackling, too big for the two chimneys, two huge roaring fireplaces of stone, lots of fur carpets, tables, chairs. You see actually about 30 other dead souls milling about. And they all are wearing matching robes. Just kind of hanging out, kind of huddled in groups. And Johan kind of directs you all, points towards a table with some chairs. It's like, well, grab a seat. Quella will be by. We can grab, again, you don't really have to eat and drink, but like you can. And she got some ale and mead and whatnot. And might as well enjoy being dead.
The ability to eat or drink anymore, but thank you.
That is terrible. That sounds awful. I mean, I'm with you. I technically can. I get nothing from it, but I do still.
Maybe you can now in this place. Give it a shot. Who knows? Right.
I'm a vegetarian, so.
Well, I sit down at the table and I start crimping the edges of the pastry dough that I made on the way here, just getting ready for $79-ish more dollars.
As you sit, a human woman who, again, you're newer here, and sometimes it's kind of hard to tell, but you get this vibe. I don't know if it's just the different senses, smell, look. She looks really alive. She does not look dead. She comes over carrying a tray. She wears an apron over a short sleeve tunic. Her platinum white hair is tied up in a bun. And she smiles. Her eyes almost shine with like an unnaturally bright green. And her dark brown skin of her arms are covered in runic tattoos of blue ink. She sets a full mug in front of each of you and an empty bowl next to Johan as well. And he says, "Much appreciated, Quella. These are my new wards. This is Quella Pern. She runs the place." And you see him take this flagon of ale and hold the bowl under his chin. I'm going to take a sip and it just falls into the bowl to catch it so it doesn't spill on the ground.
Why do you keep doing that? Someone has to clean up after you.
Because it's like, no, I got the bowl. That's why I don't make the mess. The bowl catches it.
Symphony does the rudest thing possible when Quella passes her and like pokes her because she looks so alive.
Oh, she's like, okay. She says, okay, that's okay. Let's keep our hands to ourselves. Yeah. Keep our hands to ourselves, please. I get it. Yes. I am alive. Yes.
You were all alive.
You could have asked.
About?
And she's like, would you like something to eat?
Oh yeah, I would love something to eat.
I know what we would love to eat. A goddamn Pop-Tart, $9,970.90. Thank you so much.
Quella, she was like, oh, "Oh, it'll bring you something nice." And she kind of nods to him. You can tell him. And she walks away. And Young goes, "Oh yeah, so like she's alive." Quella was also like to Symphony's like, "Hey, maybe don't like poke people you don't know. Just like ask and be like, hey, are you? It's okay. It's not rude to ask if people are alive or dead in the crossing. It's a lot less rude than just like poking folk, But
I did ask you the rules, and you didn't tell her that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to think of every little kind of thing in the moment.
Okay.
Like it's a big place with like millions and millions of souls coming through. But anyway, Quella was like a super powerful sorcerer in her mortal world. To the point she got like so powerful, some minor gods got like all their hackles up and got a little annoyed with her and tried to take her out, and she actually killed a few minor gods, and but then like the major gods of her world got together and they were like, well, maybe we could like smite her, but none of them were like, well, then whose afterlife she going to? And nobody like, basically they came to like a truce, and they were like, if we could find a place for you to leave our world so we don't have to worry about you making us look, you immortal, making us look bad with your powers, because we're supposed to be the gods, and you can chill out, but you don't come back, So basically, she's in like retirement here for as long as her magic keeps her alive. And she runs the lodge. Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Can you put these in the oven for me?
And I hand her a stack of Pop-Tarts.
She comes back with a tray, and there's fruits and like and potatoes and some cheeses, and she takes it. She's like, sure. She looks at Johan, and his bony collarbones just shrug. And she's like, well, yeah, this is a first. And she walks back to the kitchen.
And booze, you guys drink. You're vegetarian, but you're like,
yeah, you have.
Yeah.
There's mugs of ale. It's like, oh, sure. Oh, I guess if anyone wants something else to drink, let me know.
Because I don't know about you, but I need to celebrate. Because we hit $10,200, hitting our goal. Thank you so much. Every single year, to take a quick second to celebrate, every single year we do this. In the back of our minds, we say, well, we did great last year. The community always shows up, but the world gets worse in lots of ways. Inflation, motherfucking, like everything tearing you down all around you. So it's like if we made half as much, it would make total sense, because there's a million things taking people's time, energy, and money. The fact that in 2024 that we can go over $10,000 like is legitimately so rewarding to my soul, and makes me so thankful for all of you out there in the community. Really, there's no way to describe it. Like,
yeah,
one year it's not going to work, but I still cannot believe 10 years in a row we have been able to do this. You guys are so awesome, and let's hope for another 10 years and keep having fun doing it. But seriously, it means the entire world to all of us. And the Trevor Project, as we say for the past every single time, is extremely important. And the world, while never good, is definitely getting worse in very specific ways. That is strange as someone who is 38 and from Florida. So it's like, why are we having don't say gay laws and things like that? Why is there so much, like, the person that made the Harry Potter's a huge fucking transphobe now? And it's like, we didn't have, like, most of the stuff was just kind of ignored. So it wasn't like it was fine back in the day, but like things are very, very unchill. So now more than ever, the Trevor Project needs to be supported. And the fact that you are here to help that happen, give all of yourselves a huge pat on the back, because you deserve it.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much. Yeah, I love this community.
It's very good.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
So
I think I'll raise a toast to that. To
Theodore,
cheers, brother.
Theodore stands on his chair.
To you being able to get gender affirming care.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If I wasn't so close to Illinois, I don't know what I would do. Jesus Christ. I got a vasectomy. That's how I handled it.
At this point, Anya will turn to what was her name again?
The person who was working at the lodge, or
Yeah, the
Quella.
wizard, the sorceress that is very much alive.
Quella. Yeah.
Quella, she's still here, right?
Yes.
I turned to Quella and I said, "So, is this all standard to bring us in? What is the next step? Why are we here?"
I and she looks at you and like, you did not tell him. You know, it's like, it's been a weird one. This one ain't been by the books. She's like, oh, and she goes, oh, right. So you hang out here and you rest a bit, have a spell, eat something, convalesce a bit, and then you set out on your final leg of your journey toward the Noxvalar, giant fucking city, center of the plain, on top of a plateau. It's like 20 million souls passing through there, and you can go, and that's where you can always come back here anytime you want. But this is just kind of let's just settle in before the hustle and bustle. Think of the biggest city in the world you're from. Okay, it's a 2-horse town compared to Noxvalar. It's a literal jungle of towers and pillars and buildings and temples built on top of a fucking mesa. It's a bit of a mind fuck. Is that an expression you have where you're from?
It is one of many, sure.
Hey.
I guess my question is, I mean, not really the type of afterlife I feel most of us envisioned. I mean, I can't speak for everybody here, but either it is a lot of airy, airy and light and peace, or burning and brimstone and pain. At least that's what what I've always heard. And so
this ain't no afterlife. I mean, he puts her hand on, she puts her hand on. You really didn't tell him nothing, did you? No, this is just like it's a stopover. This is not. It's very rare for someone like myself to set up permanent shop here. Yeah, you're just passing through. Likely.
Oh,
There's exceptions to everything. Yeah. You're just passing through.
Isn't the okay? Yeah. And I look over at Mara and be like, "You fucking got me. I thought this was the afterlife. You fucking."
Like, no, I said it's like you're here because you're either gonna, your ultimate afterlife is yet to be determined, or you're gonna be, again, I cannot stress this enough, it is very likely all of you will be resurrected back to your mortal world at some point.
But we did die, so it is literally afterlife. It's just not,
okay.
Final resting
Now we're
space.
just
It's still weird.
Tomato, potato. Okay. Yeah.
Then
it's just,
I suppose what my question next might be is, what do we do next? What is the next step?
As Aranya asks that question, the front doors of the lodge burst open with a thunderous bang. The other souls, the ones in robes, sort of cry out, huddle together as a hulking, pale gray gargoyle appears in the doorway. His chiseled physique bears a half dozen wounds and is missing chunks of him. Quella shouts, Narak, presumably the gargoyle's name. Narak groans and manages to eke out, "Get help." And then he collapses to the floor.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
The gargoyle. Crazy.
Quello rushes forward to kneel by the gargoyle's side. Anyone who you have, and the 5 of you sitting at the table, have a clear vantage of the doorway. And if you, looking past Quella and the kneeling gargoyle, through the doorway, there's a little bit of flat land before the grass and the wheat starts again in front of the junction. You see a throng of figures shambling forward through the tall grass. While they might have once been living, breathing humanoids, that was very long ago. The lack of skin on these creatures exposes rotting muscle, viscera, and crimson-tinted bone. Blood drips from long clawed hands as they stare blankly through eyeless sockets in your direction.
Friends of yours, Johan?
Hell no. Y'all know how to. I mean, some of y'all, you got them. You're like a big archer person in the armor. I hope you're as dangerous as you look. Some of y'all.
Far more dangerous. Thank you.
Quilla leaps to her feet, and sparks of energy burst from her fingertips, and you see her moving her hands, casting an incantation and drawing runes in the air, and then a translucent emerald light of wall of light materializes between these approaching monstrosities and the building. And she turns to you and says, "That won't hold for more than a minute. Does anyone need anything before this goes down? Gear, armor, weaponry."
I can take a beer.
Not a beer, a weapon.
Oh, no. And then I throw my hand out, and a long, gorgeous silver and black bow appears in my hand. Like, I got that covered.
Okay.
Oh.
Is anyone missing anything that they otherwise would have had in their life that would have been really helpful right now? A shield, a weapon, a piece of armor, an arcane focus.
I think for Aranya, the staff he's holding on until now has been a very basic staff that kind of looks, once again, burnt and decaying and dying. But as soon as you mentioned that anything from your previous life you can have, you see him gently tap the ground, and hopefully what ends up happening is that the staff then shifts a little bit, and instead of dying, it starts growing again, and you see vines and flowers and verdant greens start coming off it, sprouting off of it, until it just blooms all over. And it's just his staff from what he was at his peak of his power. And you see him kind of feel a bit more reassured having that. And kind of because of that, you see like the decay that he's been holding on to. It's been a lot of that mental accusations and mental stress he's putting on himself starts to recede a little bit. It's not gone, but it's now going back the opposite direction.
You see her reaching out, and her eyes are just completely enveloped in green light, and she's like helping you. She's like lending you power to help this manifest.
All right. And then I turn to everybody else as I have something I can use us to protect us and keep them at bay. I don't know how effective it will be to hurt as many as I can, but I mean, hopefully it'll at least solve some of this, or not solve, but like give us time. Is there any place we can go from here, or are we just needing to make a stand?
So you are seeing over 24 of these figures lumbering forward, and you're given a kind of a layout of the junction is a square-shaped building. There is the double door front door. There is one back door. You have these huddled souls that are sort of these refugees in these robes that are also passing through here. They are worshippers of the Marquis of the Final End, one of the many gods of death, and they seem very non-combative. They seem very they're just wearing robes with, and rope belts and nothing else. So there's the double doors, and these monstrosities are converging forward at a slow pace. Given their slow pace and you see them coming, we are going to enter into combat. Okay. And we're doing this a little bit differently. Yes, go ahead.
I was going to say, how slow they're going. I was going, as she was prepping, he was going to start prepping some things as well. So I want to see how much I can prep before we get into the true initiative of it all.
Yeah. So they're kind of almost in a line. And so the ones that are in the middle of this line, it would take them one round. You figure to use, it would take a one round for them to reach the door, the threshold. The ones in the middle, the ones on the outer wings, it would take them longer if they were coming to this door, but you don't know if they're coming to this door or if they're circling around or what they're going to do.
Gotcha.
So I'm going to have we're gonna do this a little bit differently for this, and this is something I want all of you to roll me initiative, and the high number is the whole group, your whole side, and it's gonna determine if you're gonna go first or if the bleeding whites are going to go first.
I have a 25.
Nice. What I rolled is not at all anywhere higher than that, so I think
Nope.
it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
16.
Yep. I rolled 5 times for them to win a match. You win. So you all are going to get to take your turn first before and you get to do it simultaneously, which means if whoever wants to jump in. You don't have to take your full turn. You can work together. This is kind of a group initiative thing we're doing. So you can take your movement, let someone do their action, but it's your turn. Go. These things are approaching. It's literally, you have you and Quella, and that's it. No one else looks like they have any kind of defensive capabilities about them.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So just so I'm understanding, am I able to do something before we get into this turn?
Go ahead.
aspect?
Yes.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
I want to make sure because that decides what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm just going to. You're gonna see him like his knuckles are going to pulse, and you're gonna see these almost electric charges, and he's gonna bang them together.
Hell yeah.
And he's just gonna make a choice, seeing that Aranya is probably druidic. They probably got some things up their sleeves. So for now, Phlox, Symphony, and Theodore, the electricity is going to jump off of his gauntlets to you, and you're all going to get a 3rd level aid.
Sick.
A plus 10 to your HP max.
Oh, thank you.
Nice.
Thank you.
But that's what you want to do before we got another.
So from where you're sitting, or from where if you're standing like right next to your table, it is 15 feet to the door and another 30 feet beyond that to the closest of these whites.
And I guess seeing you punch your hands together and seeing that you got caught by the tornado, I turn to you, Benedict, like, I can help you get closer to them if that's what you would like. Or are you a upfront type of suit of armor? Or
yeah, I want to. You don't see any weapons on him other than his fists and his shield.
Let's go.
Yeah.
All right, so
and I want to reiterate to the layout because I have a map for me, but for you all, you have double doors in the front. You know, there's one door in the back that's made aware of you, and there are windows on the sides, and that could theoretically be big enough for a humanoid to break and push through. But
Shaun of the Dead situation.
Mm-hmm.
Since I want to make Bartholomew or Benedict, sorry, I mixed our 2 names together. Move a little bit, and since I've done group initiative, I'll go first. So I cast Hail Thorns. I rear back my big ass bow, and can I shoot through your little warty boy thing here, or do I need to move forward?
You can tell Quella. She's like, well, I can drop it. Yes. As arrows.
Hey,
Are you gonna stay where you're at and shoot through the door, like 15 feet back from the doorway, or come up right into the doorway?
No, I can shoot like 8,000 feet ahead.
Okay.
So that's Hail Thorns on my bow. I played too much Magic the Gathering last night, so I'm going to say on the stack, I add maneuvering attack to it, allowing Benedict to move half your speed. It's not.
It's something. I'll take it.
Yeah, and then I will shoot upon these little gross guys, and I guess targeting a guy in the center, and I will. Sorry, give me 1 second. I forget how sharpshooter works. If it takes in. Cool. So I'm gonna activate sharpshooter. Ooh, and that is a holy fuck! I have a plus 12 to hit. I love being level 15. That's a 17 to hit.
Just barely hits. And so with Hail Thorn, so you're centering it on one target, and then it can hit. What's
so
like
the one target takes? It is a each creature within 5 feet of it must make a Dex save.
Okay.
So he takes the one that I target. takes. Oh, I hit good, but I don't do a lot of damage. So he takes. He takes 18 damage, and everyone around him that fails a 15 takes a.
What if? So there's one on the other side of them. So each of them rolled. They both rolled over a 15.
Is there half damage? Yep, half damage. So prepare to take upwards of 3 damage, Pat, because I rolled 7 for that damage, half of that. And since I am a fighter, I'm gonna shoot this boy 2 more times. And
First one was 18. The primary one was 18.
To hit or the damage,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Then the next one is dirty 20.
Yep.
And that is, why do I keep moving my d8s out of my way? That is 19 damage.
Okay.
And if he's still up, then crit fail. I'll take it. And then you see the next one go woof. And then I was shrugging like can't win them all. And then I'll use the rest of my movement to skedaddle as far away as I can.
Okay.
I think I actually get another.
Do you want to maintain a line of
couple-
sight on the front door, or
No, I don't.
you
I don't
can
need
go
to.
upstairs?
So-
It's 6 stories of window. You can go. Okay.
Ooh,
Just
yeah, I
wanna
want to go upstairs. Yeah, that'd be fun. And I think I get to add some damage now that I'm thinking about it. What's my superiority die?
So you can go up 1 story on a turn.
Okay. And then Pat, I do another 2 damage from giving Benedict movement and my
Got it.
superior dice. Yeah, so I'm gonna move as fast as I can to get to a window for next turn. Thank you.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm gonna
right.
go. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and jump in just because of the movement based. And so I'm understanding. Flox is a monk, right?
That's correct.
Yes.
Great. He's gonna look over at Flox, and he's gonna just grip his gauntlet, and again, more of that static is going to kind of jump off and kind of surround you. You're gonna get a little ticklish, just a little moment.
Your hair stands up.
Yes, and he says, "I have a feeling that you and I will be fighting side by side. I'm going to bonus action give you my bolstering rally, so you are going to get now on top of your aided HP. You're gonna get 13 temp HP."
Hell yeah.
To use. And then you're gonna see like almost like these pistons and things almost pull out of the side of my armor. Again, you see the and as they all shoot back in, he's gonna suddenly kind of just bulk up just a moment as I cast haste. And I'm gonna bolt. Just gonna literally run towards the first one I see. Let's say the one that Theodore initially hit. And then the hasted attack, I'm going to attack them. I'm gonna take my right hand and just hit him right in the face. But let me quickly do this.
And as you're rolling and stuff, I want to say we currently have yet another 2x donation match in progress for $500. Even though we hit our goal, I'm getting news here. The world is not fixed.
I get to roll this at advantage because of my precise strike. Not much better, but 22 to hit.
Absolutely.
Great. That is going to do 10 plus another D8. I'm rolling horrible, these D8s. 11. Am I missing anything I'm adding to that? I do not think so. That is 11 points of 11 points of thunder damage.
Okay.
And they will have disadvantage on any attack rolls on targets other than me until the start of my next turn. I think that is all. I'm just double checking. I'm not adding any other damage to this. No, that's my action, bonus action, hasted action, movement. I am staying right in front.
How much?
Wonderful.
gap do you have between you and the next group of these guys? Are you at least? Is there a gap
No,
between?
so I'm gonna set the scene for you. So Sir Benedict bolts out the double doors, runs straight ahead to the one right in the middle of this line of like 24 of these whites, and clobbers them right in the chest. You see like rib bones break and shatter. It's not down, but it's like not dead. It's not down, but it's like hunched over and it's looking rough. And then there is a line of these, and so there's one and one on either side of them and more, and you see eyeless sockets and heads just kind of turn towards Sir Benedict. So so Phlox, Aranya, and Symphony, you all have your turn, your full movement, action, bonus action to take.
Is there taxidermy in this tavern? Like,
yes, actually. Well, there's just like there's like decorative skulls of different creatures and stuff, but nothing. Yeah, not much because there's not really any animals or wildlife.
Okay. Symphony wants to cast animate objects at a 5th level, and animate some of this taxidermy.
Okay. How many?
Hell
How many
yes.
skulls? How does this work?
There's got to be at least one big mouth Billy Bass.
Right? Like a big, I was hoping for like a moose head or a big mouth bass, but I'll take a skeleton.
There's big skeletal deer heads, moose heads,
Okay, yeah.
bulls. Yeah.
Then Symphony's going to animate the moose, and
Okay.
I feel like we'll consider that a medium object. And she's going to send it running.
Have you seen moose? They're so big.
I mean, you're
Moose
the GM.
big.
Should it be a large object?
It's fine. So I'm just.
Is the rest of the moose behind the wall?
Yeah, the moose is just going to run towards the whites and take down the
Well,
one.
it's just going to be the floating skull of a moose with these giant antlers, I guess, flying through the air.
The floating skull of a moose is going to go for the white that has already taken some damage.
Okay.
And let's see. To a hit. Does a 9 hit?
Great roll.
A 9 does not hit.
Oh, well, the moose is just very confused then. And
But it just kind of hovers there next to Sir Benedict.
yeah, it just
Trying to like
hovers.
bash.
Yeah,
So
just
yeah,
hovers
Sir
next to
Benedict, you're doing this, and then you see a floating skeletal moose head fly past and try to bash into the thing you're fighting.
One of their previous party members was a necromancer, so they've seen it all at this point.
All right. So, and Symphony, that stays, like that maintains,
Yeah.
and it's going to stay there. Okay.
And then for my movement, I do think I want to go upstairs next to a window, very much like Theodore did, just to get a better vantage point.
Got it. Do you want to be, if Theodore is going to say, like from your perspective, a right side window, do you still want to go to the right, or do you want to go to the left?
Oh no, I go to the left. To the left.
Got it. Okay. Aranya and Phlox.
I turn to Phlox and ask. I kind of look at her and like, "Do you want to go first, or should I?"
You'll see that Phlox is a little bit preoccupied, just looking at the stove in the corner, not the stove, the fireplace in the corner, and says, "Wait, what?" Like clacks her claws together, and 5 delicious strawberry pastries, looking like Pop-Tarts, appear out of the fireplace, cooked to perfection, and she sends a mage's hand around to everyone, be like, "Careful, they're piping hot on the inside. Be careful, everyone. They're very
I can
hot."
handle it.
Bella's just like,
Ow.
"You're not fucking serious, are you? You're dealing with pastries when we got fucking abominations at our door."
And everyone that eats it will get 5 temporary hit points whenever you put it in your belly.
God is so big.
So, that's obviously very clearly a free action.
That's for the kids. Pat,
These people
shut up.
paid for this privilege.
They
Oh,
paid
yeah.
for it.
They
Mage
paid
Hand
for
is
the
free
privilege.
now.
So I'll go. and I take my extra 5 hit points. Which y'all, can I just real quick brag and say thank you because I'm at 171 total HP right now.
Jesus.
I'm
Oh, my
fucking
God.
feeling good, and I like run as fast as I fucking can out there. And I'm just gonna like fury of blows into as many fucking skeletal remains, whatever the fuck is in front of me. I will eat it for Din Din. So
Are you going to go for the one that's already taken the most beating, or
why don't I do a cat's claws on that one?
okay?
And I'm going to use a key point to then do 2 extra attacks. Sorry. So that first one does a 13 hit.
No.
Well, that's unfortunate.
I
But I am
apologize.
going
Sorry.
to use my Fury of Blows on the next one. How about a 20?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, God damn it. Okay, on that particular one, they're going to take 7 points of damage. Do they live beyond that?
How much damage?
7.
These still up.
Okay. For the next one, I'm actually just gonna like switch over to the next person or creature.
Yep.
So the one that's like, let's say directly to the left, and I'm gonna do one of my melee attacks on them, Fury of Blows into their chest. Does a 24 hit.
Yes.
Okay. And that creature will take 8 points of damage.
Got it.
Are they blocking the entrance? Because that is not ADA compliant.
No, you all have you have not, because you all ran out and went at them. They haven't had a
Okay.
chance to advance to the entrance. So
That's good.
Thank you.
you are
There
now
needs to be very clear egress
So,
from any establishment.
Phlox. Yeah, so Phlox and Benedict and a floating moose skull are 30 feet in front of the entrance, right at the edge where like these tall grass ends and just kind of some flat dirt is between there and the door.
Jumping in again, we have a giveaway open right now. You're going to want to go for this one. This is one of the best ones of the many. A chat giveaway, hashtag giveaway in the Twitch chat. A $100 gift code from Die Hard Dice. Thank you so much, Die Hard Dice. You can even try to get the Greetings Adventurers Dracona Arita dice if you would like, or whatever else, because it's $100 goddamn dollars. Thank you so much. And I think there's maybe a second thing open up as well.
Die Hard's great. Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I forgot.
These dice are all Die Hard.
I get to do an additional attack. I'm so sorry.
Do it. Do it.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, so that's a 20 against
Yep.
this other bloke that I just hit. Oh, sweet. 13 damage total.
Got
on
it.
That hit.
Got it.
Okay. And then I am not super excited about losing any hit points. So I'm going to use my feline agility to dip right out, which does not promote an opportunity attack, but does allow anyone else to hop in on my spot.
Nice.
Okay. Aranya.
All right. DM, question.
Yes, sir.
How close are my newfound friends to these creatures?
Well, 2 of them are within 5 feet of them.
Okay.
Phlox and Benedict are right up in their grill. And Symphony and Theodore have run upstairs to get maybe better vantage points from a higher level.
Well, Phlox just left too, so.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just dipped right out. I can hop.
So it's just Benedict.
Guys, I'm so fast. I can get in and out, no problem. Don't worry about it.
You can also
and
tell
you ran
that,
out the back door.
Yeah.
you can also tell that Benedict seems to be sturdy.
Okay. All right. Is there behind these creatures? How much terrain is behind them?
What is he doing? Oh my god.
And the creatures, infinite fields.
Okay, fantastic.
God is
Good, good. That's all I want. I just want to make sure that up
Just
till 30
field,
feet-
field, field.
So I would assume that these creatures are, most of them at least, will fall in the radius of this. But Aranya once again lifts up his staff, beautiful flowery staff, and if there is a body of water nearby, that's fantastic. Otherwise, you see slowly behind these creatures, waters start to rise up, and if there's a body of water nearby, I would imagine it siphons some of it there. If not,
No,
it's
yeah.
it's like
That's
almost
fine.
like the water that's beneath the ground kind of lifts up out. And as it rapidly increases more and more, you start seeing a whirlpool start forming because I have cast Maelstrom. And any creature that is in a 30-foot radius from the center point of this must make a... So it says the point must be on the ground or in body of water. Until the spell ends, the area is difficult terrain. And any creature that starts its turn there must succeed a strength saving throw or take 6d6 bludgeoning damage and be pulled 10 feet towards the center of that.
Okay. Give me like the area. I'm trying to count how many would be affected by this again. Give me the area.
30-foot radius.
Okay, but it's circular. Okay.
Yeah. So my hope and goal is that at the worst case scenario,
you can get, because of the curvature, you can get 5 because they're in like a line. You can get 5 of them.
Mhm.
And it depends. Do you want to get it so you're getting like the center 5 or on a right side, a left side?
I would say as many as I can possibly get without also unnecessarily getting.
No, you can. You can get. I'm saying because of the curvature, you can get 5 of them. I'm just saying, do you want to center it on the center line and make sure you get the 5, including the 3 that have already taken damage, or do you want to pick off a wing or something like that?
I would say
I'm saying
a wing, unless.
Well, here's what to do. You actually,
Uh-huh.
you could do this where you could get 6.
Oh, hey.
If you put it off to one of the you know what I'm saying, the sides,
Yeah,
you're
no, I'll
maximizing
do
like
that.
the diameter of the circle.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like off in a corner. So if you pick a side left or right, I'll let you pick off or like the 6 on that side, so you can get one more.
I'll do that then.
So from your vantage, left or right?
Right.
Right.
Okay. And they have to do what now?
They will have to make a strength saving throw on their turn. Basically, when it starts on its turn. So I'm assuming since I'm the last one, the next turn they will be starting. Each one of them will need to make a strength saving throw. And the save DC is 16. So
got it. Okay. Anything else on your turn? Because I'm gonna do that right now. Then, if they're
I think that's all I can do in terms of an action. I also would like to get a higher vantage point to get a better idea of the field. So
okay. Do you want to go to the side where you cast the spell?
Sure.
So you'll be by Theodore.
Yes.
Okay. Got it. All right. So I'm going to start off the whites. Those 6. So you said a strength saving throw, DC 16.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Okay. Fail. Pass. Fail.
Okay.
So we're at fail, pass, fail, pass, pass,
oh god,
fail. So 3 and 3. So what happens to the ones who fail?
The ones who fail take a 6d6 bludgeoning damage and get pulled 10 feet towards the center of that whirlpool.
Okay.
So they get pulled back further.
Got it. And then what about the ones who? Why don't you roll that and tell me how much damage they each take, and then also
the ones that make the saving throw, they don't get affected.
No damage. Okay.
Yeah.
So roll the 66 and tell me how much the ones that fail take.
All right, let's see. Come on, big money, big money, big money. 20 points of damage.
20.
Really
got
good.
it.
Each one.
Good. Perfect. Wonderful. All right. So that is kind of from your vantage point. You see, if you were to kind of break this line of these bleeding whites into sort of 3 squadrons, or so to speak, you see sort of from your vantage point, the right sort of squadron get kind of caught up in this muck and this maelstrom, and a bunch of them take damage and start getting pulled away, and they're encumbered by that. And then around, we're going to start going to the middle. And those of you up on the second floor now, you see a number of these, 5 of them converge on Phlox and Benedict.
Flox is
And we're
gone.
just gonna-
It's just Benedict.
Oh, Flox went back in. You darted back inside. Sorry.
I'm just out of the way. I'm not gone.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm just out of their melee range.
How far back did you go from where?
I'd say the way that I kind of imagined it was going like just 2 steps behind where Benedict is. So right there with him.
Well, they
but
can.
he's
Okay.
in front.
Gotcha. Sorry.
So they're gonna kind of close in. One of them is still gonna be able to make an attack, make multiple attack, make their attacks on you. So these long
Totally fine.
bone claws at the ends of their fingers. There's 2. Okay.
You need
That
to
is
be
a-
rolling a disadvantage on me until I say don't.
Disadvantage. Okay. This is against.
Yeah,
Flox.
me too.
Yeah, me too.
That's a 19 and a 17 to hit you.
19 and 17 do not make it, my friend. Sorry.
Jesus Christ.
Really?
Sorry about that.
Sorry.
Dang. Okay.
Try again next time, I guess.
Level 15 monk, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now there's 3 that are going to attack Benedict, but they all have disadvantage on these attacks.
please.
So that is a 17 with disadvantage for the first attack on the first one.
Nope.
Okay. An 18.
Nope.
A dirty 20.
Nope.
Dang. That definitely misses. That definitely misses. Okay, so these things are clawing at Benedict, and it's just nothing. It's just their bones of their claws are chipping and breaking on Benedict's armor, and they're just not finding any purchase in there. And this other one is gonna attack the floating moose head. Do you have an AC for this? Or I don't like. And that's a 22 to hit the floating moose head.
It does have an AC. Hang on.
Okay. It's a 19 hit twice.
Oh yeah, 19 definitely hits. 19 hits.
A 19 and a 22.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. It's combined with the 2 hits. The floating moose head takes 46 slashing damage.
Oh, it's done. It crumples.
Okay.
You say
It crumbles.
46?
46. The 2 hit. Yeah.
Jesus.
Okay. You
On
on your
end
side.
Of that,
Oh yeah.
At the end of that thing's turn, just to use the reaction that I have, he looks and sees that moose gets killed, and you don't see an expression, but he's ever like, "Oh," but he's going to reach out his hand and twist, and it's going to be like electric chain suddenly grab onto this creature. They need to make a strength saving throw.
Got it. That's a 6. So
Wait, cat. Immediately he is pulled directly towards me.
all right, he
he's
is
gonna
now
be-
on. Yep. Right on your
and
left, yeah.
and as a part of that, if I get him within 5 feet, which I do, I immediately punch him in the face.
Okay.
Using my perfected guardian armor. So I'm just going to do that real quick. That is a 19.
Yes.
Great. That's going to be great. Yeah, math. 13 points of damage.
Got it. Wonderful. And then rounding out this Symphony, you see on your side from your sort of flank of the battlefield, you're in a second story window, kind of in the corner, like kind of front left from your vantage point, looking out. You see you see 2 whites come and approach the building, and there's a window below you on the first floor, and you hear the cracking and shattering of glass as they are smashing through that window. And you watch 2 more spend this double moving, and they're walking along the side of the building like they're going around back. And it's back to you all.
Are they within 30 feet of each other?
There's 2 groups of 2 that are. There's the 2 that are down. Like if you were to like open the window and like look straight down, there's 2. And then there's 2 that are double moving back, going around the side of the building.
So Symphony does open that window, and then she casts chain.
Is this like
light.
a reaction or?
Yeah.
Okay. Is
She's
it a
gonna
reaction?
Well, because it's our turn anyway, right? So I can just jump in.
Yeah, it is. Yes, I am kicking. Okay, yes,
Yeah.
I am kicking it back to you.
Yeah.
Yes, you can jump in. Go for it. Do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gonna cast chain lightning at the 6th level. On those, basically it hits one of them, and then because they're within 30 feet of each other, it ripples through all 4 of them. So that is they need to do a dex save or it's 10d8 lightning damage.
Okay. Both of them. All right. One is a 4 and the other one is a 17.
Oof. So the second one, they dex saved. The other, that 4 did not. So they need 10d8 of lightning damage.
Got it.
10d8.
All right.
Holy crap. Oh my.
So I want to point something out at the start of your turn. This is really important for my people. Aranya and Symphony and Theodore might not notice this. Phlox and Benedict definitely noticed this, especially with the ones right up around you. So you have 6 of them or 5 of them kind of around, coming in around the 2 of you. You see, it's like they look blood. It's like this the blood that's like coating their bones and just kind of pouring takes on this weird sheen to it, almost like a sickly tint. It like changes. It's like changing. It's almost like shinier, you know. And you just notice something changing in like the blood. It's this weird glossy tint to it. And go ahead and take your turns.
Don't like that.
Does anybody relay this information?
Ew.
Yeah, nasty. I have a passive investigation of 24. Do I glean anything more than just nasty?
We'll say
blood?
the blood looks very caustic. We'll say to Benedict.
Oh,
Yeah.
They are acrid and acidic. Watch out.
Super excited as a person that uses no weapons.
my entirety is me.
Perhaps we can have you step away for a bit and
No.
all right. Well,
Unless you want to summon another big sweaty butthole to, bring these guys down. I don't think so.
I mean,
Uh,
I wouldn't put it that way, but I can certainly try. I got a lot of spells, y'all.
I'm just gonna go for it.
Go ahead. Yeah.
YOLO.
What's the worst that could happen? So I'm gonna go
You're already
in.
dead.
Yeah, fuck it.
Well, I guess not YOLO.
Oh,
Yodo, you only die once, hopefully.
Well,
Okay, I'm gonna cat claws on the fast or the closest caustic beastie. So do
Okay.
that. That's not my favorite. So that was a 16.
Misses.
Okay, I'll try again. 22.
Yep.
great roll. Great roll.
Thank you. I tried hard on that one. All right, so they're going to take 9 slashing damage, and then I am going to use a key point to do 2 additional attacks, just unarmored strikes.
Yeah. You take 9 acid damage.
You got it, buddy.
You got it, dude.
Okay, so that's a 23 and an 18 on those unarmored strikes.
Both hit.
Okay. And that is 25 damage.
Got it. You take 18 more acid damage.
Okay, what was the first one that you said? 18.
It's 9. Every time you hit, it's 9.
Okay.
You're taking 9 acid.
I'm gonna
9 points of
hold
acid
my-
damage.
hold my hands and just like
love that.
shout over my shoulder. Oh, it feels just like about like 9 damage each time you hit. Oh,
Okay.
And it's like it's burned the blood as you're striking. You're doing more damage to them, but as you're striking, their blood is burning your hands.
Ooh, no.
all right. I'm gonna run back to the kitchen very quickly.
Do you are you
And-
so fast? Do you avoid opportunity attacks?
I'm
No.
gonna use a key point to do that. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Okay, you go back to the kitchen.
Yeah.
You got
I'm gonna
another
back to the kitchen,
inspiration.
see what's in there. Okay. I guess that's kind of all I
Flex
can
needs a
do.
snacky. I just need a mid-battle snack.
I'm like back there. Oh, my little claws.
Oh no.
Can I just get some like towels and shit? Because like I'm just gonna
Yes.
like wrap up my hands in like some stuff so that I've got something in between.
I like
being-
the thinking. I'm gonna say yes. You're finding Quella can help you, and it's not gonna make you immune, but it's gonna give you resistance.
Okay,
so it'll be
cool.
halved to that. I like this. I like I'm gonna the creative thinking. Yes.
All right, thanks.
All right. So you gone. Symphony's gone.
Punch.
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 The one that's like looking half gone or mostly basically. You want to start with the one that's mostly fucked up, medium fucked. Here's what you got. You got 5 around you, Benedict. One looks super fucked up. There's 2 that look pretty fucked up, and 2 that look okay.
2 that look okay. I like that. Great, amazing. Then you know what? Fine. How are they standing?
There's if this was like a grid, there's 1 in the square directly in front of you, 1 in the square like diagonal, like 3 in front of you, and then 1 on the other side.
How many can I get in the line? Sorry.
There's 3 in a straight line in front of you, like like center, bam, bam, and then 1 on the other side of you. Yeah.
Great. I will just
if you need it to be like you could rotate because you're staying within melee, so you're not getting opportunity, and you could get like 2 of them or yeah.
I'm okay with taking the opportunity if I can get 3 of them.
Actually, no, you actually totally can get if this is a grid and you are looping around and you're staying within 5 feet of all the. You're never leaving anyone's.
Yeah.
That's not true. One of them will get an
I'm
opportunity.
gonna lose 1. That's fine. I'm gonna get 3. I'm gonna get the 3 in a line. And I think 1 behind me. 1 on the side is gonna.
I'll do the opportunity
That's
attack.
still a disadvantage.
That's a 22. That's a disadvantage. Okay, never mind. That's a fucking critical. It's a 1. So it misses so bad. In the momentum, it comes around and it rips its own like face off and it drops dead.
Oh,
with that critical fail.
That's actually perfect. I think there's some residual electricity that's being formed too.
Yeah.
Because as I get into that line, I just like hold my hand out, and you see the electricity starting to arc through my armor before it gets to my hand. You can hear that lightning bolt. I need the 3 of them in that line to make a dex saving throw.
Okay.
17.
I'm assuming it's a failure. Is a 23. And then a 22 or no, a 19. So a definite failure, a 23 and a 19.
Okay, great. And this is going to be, sorry, I need to make sure I mark the right spell slot. That's going to be a 4th level. So that's going to, you know what? I'm just going to click a button because I've got time for this. Great. That is 33 for the one that failed. And then do you round up or down?
Usually round down, but I'm gonna tell you that you're gonna still because of the way I assign the rolls. The one that takes the full damage was like dies. The one that takes the half damage is gonna die, and then there's 1 more that's gonna take half damage and be out.
Great. That's amazing. Because I'm just gonna move immediately to that one that survived with the hasted action, then punch him in the face. Excuse me. That is, let me get a different die. You're not doing well, but great. That is a 27 hit. Actually, sorry, this would have been at advantage because this is a precise strike.
All right,
that is a natural 20. How do you do crits?
I like to do crits. So it's like double the dice usually. Yep. So what would you normally roll?
Are you doing max die didn't roll?
Yes, basically max a die. You get like roll. So if it's like 1d8, you get 8 plus a d8 plus your regular modifier. Yeah.
I think most people are starting to make that the norm, which is great. That's what I do as well. Great. Then because it's a precise strike, it's going to be an automatic 16. Woo! Okay. 15, 16, 31. Plus 7, 38 points of damage.
Okay. You punch this thing so hard, you like separate its torso from its limbs and its head. And it just like collapses. You do take 9 acid damage.
Ouch.
But
hey, I got coverings. It's fine.
And you have on this turn killed 4 of the 5 whites that were surrounding you at the start of this turn.
Good. And then I will immediately run to whichever white is the closest past that.
You still have one. You actually still have one left.
I
that's
just
in
want to
melee.
make sure they're not able to get to anyone else. So I will say
You
next.
still
time.
have one that's right next to you. You have one left right next to you.
Great. Then I will stay there just to make sure. That
Okay.
is all of my can do. That's action, bonus action, haste, movement. Yep.
Wonderful. So for those, Aranya and Theodore, from your vantage point, you can look out the window and see the 6 whites that were in Aranya's maelstrom. 3 have taken damage, 3 are not and being pulled, but you still have vantage on them for what, if you want to do something ranged against them.
I lied. Symphony take 17, get 17 temp HP.
Nice.
Okay, it says see or hear you. So I'm yelling out because that chain lightning was cool.
Nice. Then that is it. Just those 6 left then?
No, there are 2 below the window below Symphony. The one fighting with Benedict, and there were 2 that went around the other side of the building.
Okay. On the other side of the building.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So for the ones that went on the other side of the building, just kind of, I'm looking to slow them down. And especially because it's the side that no one else is on, I will cast Spike Growth on that side. Just a simple 2nd level spell, but it essentially has a camouflaged area of twists and sprouts of hard spikes and thorns. It becomes a difficult terrain, and any creature that tries to move in it, so it's a 20-foot radius, and any creature that tries to move in it, it takes 2d4 piercing damage for every 5 feet that they move. Damn. So 20 feet in front
and you said those were the ones that went around?
Yes.
Okay. Great.
So it's difficult terrain for them, and every 5 feet that they move. So I'm making sure that they have the full. So it's a 20-foot radius, it said, which means 40 feet diameter. So they need to make through 40 feet of terrain to get to, if that's possible. I want to make sure that there's like how much space is between them and the place we're at. If I can make that up to 40 feet, that'd be fantastic.
Okay.
Which means every 5 feet. So 8 times essentially, they'll need to make a 2d4 piercing damage.
Great.
Darn.
And it's a difficult thing, so.
And I'm planning on going last, so I can just railgun any remnants.
It'd be you then, once Aranya's done.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So 2, 2, and 2, you said?
Well, there's 6 in your vantage point out the front that are in Aranya's maelstrom.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I will then shoot at those 6. Then I'll activate sharpshooter, and then let's go. Let's see what happens. That is a 24 to hit.
Yep.
Another 24 to hit.
Yep.
This 14, I think.
Okay.
And
no, 14 misses. Sorry.
Okay, and then I use one of my on the stack. I use one of my superiority dice to roll a d10 and add that to my ass. 2, so 16.
Add to your ass.
Ass.
Yeah. No, 16 does not hit.
added.
Sorry.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
And for the first one that gets hit, that it's going to explode out, right?
Okay.
So that creature and all creatures within 5 feet of it have to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. It's going to be a fail. That's a 24, a fail, a 24, and a 10, which I assume fails.
Yep. And they all
you fail,
take...
1 succeeds. There's 3 you can hit.
Okay.
Yeah.
And here's this real big. Okay. All the ones that failed take a 6. All the ones that succeeded take a 3. And now for the actual damage. The first one I hit takes
excuse me.
And I missed so much damage my first turn. do. 28 for the first hit, and then 22 for the next one. And then I'm going to go ahead and action surge and then shoot 3 more times with sharpshooter still activated. That's like 17, 18, something like that.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's like 30. And I think this is a 5 for the last one.
Okay.
So then here comes DiMaggio. That is for the first one, 23.
All right. You shatter its skull. It like drops one of them.
Okay, so then
With
the next damage, because I would have moved it, is 22 damage.
Okay.
And I'll use another one of my superiority die in order to do a distracting strike.
Okay.
Which means the next attack roll against that target gets advantage.
Okay.
And then I add another D10 to that damage. That specific. Ooh, a 9. All right, so he takes another 9 damage just to that guy.
Got it.
And since I have not used this character, give me 1 second. Yep, that's everything. Thank you.
Wonderful. Okay, so it's their turn. A couple things are going to happen here. Do you feel crackling of energy? Especially Benedict, you feel this more than people who are always outside. As you're in the building, the air is like crackling with energy, and it feels weird. It's like that staticky electricity, and then the white. And this is so Symphony. You're looking down. You've just fired because it's all happening like almost practically simultaneously. You've just fired, and the 2 whites. One is looking up at you with its eyeless sockets. One is pushes through the window and disappears into the lodge. And there's the one looking up at you, Symphony, and then the one Benedict that's left by you. It's like they're quivering, and then they explode outward.
Nope.
And I need both and one kind of goes up and outward. So I need Symphony and I need Benedict. And you also hear screaming from down below where the one went through the window, and you hear this like shattering of glass and like this sizzling of like wood burning. And I need both of you. I'm going to go ahead and shout out the book. We have this thing with a lot of enemies you fight called Grim Resolve, where enemies can basically sacrifice themselves or parts of themselves to do something special. This is called Boiling Blood. I need both of you to make dexterity saving throws.
We love everything about that. Okay, I do have advantage because I'm hasted right now.
We just opened up a giveaway for Pat's Black Ballad. # giveaway in the stream. Thank you so much, Pat.
Woo! That is a 21 for me. But seeing that Symphony is also about to struggle from whatever this is, he's going to look back and his eyes are going to literally flash. As I'm going to give you a flash of genius and add 4 to your roll.
Hell yeah.
Aw.
I would love that so much if I had not rolled a crit fail.
Well, never mind. The demons
so Benedict, you're gonna take half damage. You're gonna take 17 acid damage in Symphony, which means you're gonna take 17 times 2 acid damage. Just 34 acid damage.
I'm fine.
And they're removed from the
I don't
battlefield.
like it,
now,
but I'm fine.
there's still a few left. However, that sizzling, that static, that lightning, a lightning bolt that's almost violet in cover streaks down from the sky, strikes the ground very close to Benedict, and a portal opens. I'm going to read this.
I had to make sure I did my concentration checks. I'm good.
Okay. Let me see it. Emerging from the explosion, a host of new figures appear. A human woman clothed in black with rust-colored hair tied in a braided bun steps into view. Her eyes blaze with white power as she unleashes a wave of blinding radiant energy, instantly annihilating two of the whites.
Whoa.
With an earth-shaking roar, a gargoyle hewn from jade stone bursts forth from behind her, carried by a pair of long, powerful wings. He soars toward the nearest group of whites, the ones stuck in the maelstrom, threading between them as the sharpened edges of his wings slice the top halves of their heads off. A dozen warriors follow, clad in plate armor painted matte white with rager edges at the elbows, knees, and shoulder pauldrons. Their helms are all fashioned to resemble animal skulls. Their weapons are all sculpted from glossy black metal. They waste no time wading into the fray, cutting down whites left and right. In a matter of seconds, there are no more whites left on the battlefield. The before you can go, so I'm gonna say this to Phlox. Johan is with you. You're back there, and he sees all this. He goes, "Oh shit!" He's like, "That's the godless monarchy. They kind of run this area. That's Arbiter Valen the Jade and Ashlyn the Sovereign. They kind of that's crazy. They like rule over the crossing. I should introduce y'all. It was great." And he starts like kind of like, let's go meet him. But before any of that can happen, you hear a terrible rending sound, like dozens of canvas sheets being violently ripped apart. And you see cracks of darkness appear like in the air, like in the middle of the air, like as if the reality itself is being torn. Black shadow pours out like liquid. And before you can even process, creatures begin to crawl through. Crimson veins pulse under sickly gray skin, stretched taut over gangly limbs, ending in oversized claws and feet. A vertical seam appears, running up the center of their headless torsos and splits open, turning the creature's entire center mass into a gaping maw of wicked teeth with long, prehensile tongues hanging out. We're going to keep this rolling. Here I'm going to tell you what happens is, two of them emerge next to Benedict. I'm just going to tell you see a bunch like out in the fields, and these figures in white armor quickly spread out to try and attack. Two emerge next to you, Benedict. One emerges behind Theodore and Aranya in the room that you're in. Two emerge. Phlox in the all the people in the robes scream as two emerge right near you, Phlox, in the main lounge hall. Many more out in the field, and then you see the two right next to Benedict, Symphony, and you see another one coming in from the fields. You all can take your turns against these creatures.
Are they all similar looking?
Yeah, they all look almost identical.
Okay. And this was just randomly summoned, or did someone summon them?
No, you see immediately the people that came to help. You have this jade gargoyle, you have this human woman, and you have these figures in this white plate armor instantly are in action and start attacking them. And you see these things lashing out with these tongues, like these barbed tongues, trying to these big open, like they don't have imagine like I don't have a head, and then it's like a vertical seam, and then my torso is just split open, and it's just like teeth. And they are trying to like clamp onto them.
Okay. And you said there's two around me?
There is one in the room with you and Theodore on the second floor. It like emerged from, it's like a crack in air, and thin air opens and it comes through. It is in the room with you.
Okay. I turn to Theodore and he goes, do you have this one?
Theodore?
Sorry, what? I was looking at
It's in the room with you, and this thing is in the room with you and Aranya.
I got it. Don't worry.
All right. because then I turn and I want to look at the ones that are the most concentrated. Which ones are the ones most concentrated?
There's clusters of like 3 you can get. We'll just
Okay. Whichever one that is nearest to me in a cluster. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to just yell out, everybody bring all of them as close to one place as you can. Now. And I'm going to hold action. And I'm going to hold action, and I'm going to move away from the one creature that's really close to me. And I look at Theodore and it's like, you should probably grab him as well, and then try to run to a central location where everybody can try and reach as quick as possible.
Cool. As you run away from that guy, I quickly let out a damn shoot. That is a 16. An 18 to hit, Pat.
Yeah.
Okay, and that is going to be, oh hell yeah, 12 damage to hit it, and then I want to use a superiority die. And can you have that feller give me a strength saving throw?
Yep. That's a 5.
He also takes 5. He takes 5 extra damage. I use trip attack. He fall down.
All right. So I'm gonna. You see these monstrosities, and you see this like this liquid shadow streaming, and you see as you're fighting these creatures, you see one of them jump on one of these guards in white armor, and it like clamp close around its head and literally bite its head clean off, and it drops. You see this like black shadow. It's almost like liquid shadow, like envelop another guard, and he becomes so lethargic he just kind of stands there and lets 2 more of them tear him apart. You see the jade gargoyle doing is just cleaving through them with single blows, but you see these guards starting to drop, and then the woman, you see her watching her guards drop and getting picked apart by these monstrosities, and then her eyes grow bright white, and it gets brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter, and she lets out a scream. And this burst of white light erupts from her, sweeps in every direction across the battlefield, essentially vaporizing all of these horrific aberrations. And then she drops unconscious.
All right, never mind then.
Oh, thank Christ. That they were going to hurt so bad.
Again, I'm going to say, for time purposes, you all kind of come together and you're going to walk outside to meet and talk and kind of survey, but before you can do any of that,
wait, does the lady like fall down or something?
She like collapse. It's like with the exertion, she like kind of collapses, okay. So and then the jade gargoyle quickly rushes to. Okay.
Oh my god! So this is finally the time I'm gonna run, and as I'm running, pop in the Pop-Tart, smile to camera for everyone that fucking donated, and I'm gonna run and catch this lady and be like, and like feather fall her ass, you know?
Cool, you do. Before and as this is all happening, and you're all kind of and you catch her and you kind of cradling her, and she's unconscious, and the jade gargoyle is coming over to us, and Johan fully intends to kind of introduce you. You hear a crash of thunder roll across the sky, and you've all kind of come outside. It seems like the battle is done. Above you, the vortex in the cloud grows dark with streaks of lightning, and then the clouds open up, and thousands, tens of thousands of bodies wreathed in scarlet flame rain down all across the Sunless Crossing.
Is that good?
And Johan just kind of so that definitely shouldn't be happening.
Oh.
And that it will be the end of chapter 1 of the Black Ballad.
As we just take a bite of Pop-Tart, be like, huh, okay. Awesome. Thank you so much, Pat. That was so fun.
Good job.
And I guess we'll be here next week for chapter 2. All right.
Cool. Yeah, you didn't realize you all, the 5 of you, just signed up to play an entire campaign.
Thank you so much. We are at $10,700. We have another 3 minutes to match of double X matching for $250. But since we went over, let's quickly give our beautiful guests a chance to do plugs. Let's start with CB. Please share any plugs of anything you would like.
Yeah, this is a lot of fun. Thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you so much for raising money for the Trevor Project, which is a organization near and dear to my heart. It's really cool. There's a couple of things I'm doing specifically, mostly all for charity too, which is great. On Tuesday, starting at sometime, I really don't remember right now. I think it's like 12 Eastern. Maybe look at my socials. I am starting a new One Ring RPG campaign that is completely charity based for Wounded Warrior Project on their channel. It's going to be a lot of fun. Definitely check that out. And then on whatever day the 4th is, Saturday on May the 4th, I will be doing a Star Wars BIPOC event where we're going to be doing a bunch of Star Wars games. And after that, I will be playing on Science and Sorcery's channel, actually raise money for Palestine. Because that's still a thing, and free Palestine. I think that's it. I think that's it for now. Check my socials. Okay, bye.
I know you got to dip. I know it might. I'm not worried about the overlay at this point. If you got
all good, all good. Do the thing.
Okay.
And how about you, KP?
Thanks everyone for this fun episode. I had a blast playing with y'all. My name is KP. You can find me as KP11 Studios on all the socials and things that are coming up. Every Tuesday, we just launched a new campaign, Shadowrun campaign. So if you want a lot of futuristic shenanigans, come join us. It's only an hour long each episode, so it's very digestible for folks. We had episode 1 last Tuesday. Episode 2 will drop this coming Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Central, so 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific, all the time zones. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I play a very silly character, and if you just want a nice way to just laugh and see some silliness, come join us on Tuesdays. And then similarly on May 4th, I will be joining CB on that charity show that we're doing for Palestine. And it's looking to be a hoot for a great cause as well. Outside of that, more announcements will be coming soon on my channels. I also am a photographer, a culture consultant, voice actor. I'll be at various conventions throughout. So if you're looking to get some nice headshots or just some nice photography of yourself in cosplay or whatever the way you want, do check me out and let's make some magic happen.
Radical. Hey, Jordan Lambert, how about yourself?
Hey everybody, I am A. Jordan Lambert. That is at Lambertra on the socials. My last name with an extra RAA at the end. I play games at Althaven and on Exquisite Court Presents, and I talk about pop culture at Smells Like Teen Angst. So if any of those things interest you, just check my socials and you can find out where I am. And it was great playing with all y'all. Those that I've played with before, glad to see you again. And those that I first time playing with you, I hope we can do this again.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
V.
Hey everyone, you can follow me on all the places where social media is sold to you. I'm at Typical Veronica. I just ended a 10-year Cthulhu podcast, so what the fuck happens next? We don't know. But stay tuned. We'll figure that out. But in the meantime, thank you so much for all of your donations. This is amazing. Don't let this be a one-day only thing. Please continue to support LGBTQIA youths, and for those seeking gender-affirming care in states where they cannot get it, please be an ally to those folks that are under attack and are having their civil rights and civil liberties taken away from them.
Absolutely. Pat.
I just want to thank everyone for being here, both on the cast. You all were tremendous. I personally wish I could do the whole campaign with you all, because I love these characters. Thank you all so much for donating your time and your money. Don't worry about it right now, but if you do check out storytellersforge.com, you can order this book, but that's not, if you have only a few dollars to spare, put it towards this first. So thank you all so much.
Yes, thank you. John, are you going to hop on for a second to do a little wrap-up thing? But I think besides that, all you fine folks are free to get back to your beautiful Sundays. Thank you so much. I posted a link that Pat tweeted and on Twitter with all their handles. So go follow and support everything they do. Thank you so much, y'all, and have a good one.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye all.
Bye.
Yay.
And you can also
See you next time,
stick
mateys.
around
No,
if you
wrong
want
show.
for the-
Yeah. No,
I gotta
no one's
go.
kidding.
Thank you, CB. Thank you so much for your time.
Bye, folks.
Yes, thank you so
I
much.
really appreciate it.
Bye.
Bye, guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you don't have
Is there
to
anything
wait.
else you guys need before I drop off, or are we good?
No, you're good.
You're good.
No, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I hope it turned out good. The episode was fun for you.
Yeah, I thought it was great. I wish I had more time to explore the combat a little longer. That was on,
Yeah.
but
Well,
you
everyone
all,
in
like,
chat
I loved
is
your
loving
RP.
it. So
Yeah, I loved
so
your
thank
RP,
you, chat,
like your
for
roleplay.
giving the hell
Like,
yeah.
Your roleplay was phenomenal. Loved it. I wanted to give you all breathing room in the walking, and you ran with it. I loved it. It was wonderful. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, KP. It was a joy.
Thanks, KP.
All right. Well, we did it. We are currently
did it,
at
yeah.
10,700.
Yeah.
And I believe Pat is going to do 10,700 flexes.
A match,
And go.
a flex. That would be
And
so.
go.
I'd be so sore. 10,000. That's so long. Even like 1
Yeah.
second. What's 10,000 seconds?
No one
What's
knows. I have to watch Rent to figure that out.
It's 166
John, thank you so much.
minutes. So
166 minutes. That makes sense.
it would be flexing for 2.8 hours. Almost 3
No,
hours.
okay,
just
next
straight,
year,
just-
John. Here's an idea.
Yeah.
In the background
2.8
for the entire
hours
stream,
just
it's
the whole
just
time.
Pat. Well,
I'm like,
John,
I'm
another
like handcuffed to the wall to keep my arms up.
yeah, yeah. It's like that
That's a different
the battle
story.
from the Bible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we have come to the end. John, is there any final things you want to say? Any final kisses and so forth
no,
and
I
so
mean,
on?
As always, this community is incredible, and we couldn't do any of this
We were
without you. We smashed the goal again.
You didn't know we're live?
I thought the three of us were just talking.
No.
No,
Sorry.
we are live. No, thank you to everyone. It's of course I'm quiet. I'm always quiet.
He's shy.
I think I fixed this earlier. I had a filter. How's that? Is that any better? That should be better.
Better be better.
Thank you to everyone
Or
that's
else.
donated. You smash it every year, and couldn't be prouder of every single one of you.
Yes.
And just because the stream's ending doesn't mean donation has to stop going. The donation page will be open basically until this time next year when I open up the next page.
Yep.
So
Yep.
if you didn't get a chance to donate, or you get some spare money later in the year and you want to donate, then go ahead and do it.
Yeah, if payday was not this Friday, but next Friday, we understand. But, if you're hearing this, you've done enough to help Signal Boost and to, just provide digital backup, because, all of these services, the more people that are just here, right, aggregates, and it's like, okay, we'll service you more because of algorithms and stupid dumb shit like that. If you won prizes, you'll be contacted in various ways, either via Twitch or email, I believe. Thank you, John,
And
yet
it
again. Everyone that's still
seems-
here, let's give a round of sound for John.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure, never a chore. And it seems I finally fixed my mic for the end of the stream. So
Yay!
Better
Well,
late than never.
So, John, what I think you should do, since you're not going to go to sleep for another 20 hours,
probably not. I've
Write
just
down-
got some food just got delivered. So
hell yeah.
Eat.
Open up a Google Doc and be like, here's what I did this time. Here's that stupid page on
here's the
Streamlabs.
stupid device thing, and
Cool.
here's how
Well-
I fix my mic.
Cool. Well, all right. I think that's it. I mean,
Thank you,
we're
everybody.
definitely hit
Yeah.
24 hours based on the slight delay, even though we were engaging in the chat when the technical issues were happening.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't too late. I mean, I build in
No.
a 15-minute buffer to each stream just in case. So
Yeah.
it's all good.
Yeah. Radical. All right. Thank you. Pat,
Thank
leave
you,
your office
everybody.
alone. Quit hitting stuff.
I just knocked the thing down. I know.
All right.
And
Bye.
we'll see you all next year.